Are you going to call us as a... Diamond?
I step into the day with the dawn ringing in my ears. Oh, well, I tune into my TV show. No better way, I gotta get myself into gear. Let's go. Oh, and I feel good today with my wake up in the morning espresso. And I feel good today. It's my feel good breakfast show.
Oh yes, oh yes, oh yes. A very good morning, you beautiful people. Welcome to your feel-good breakfast show Expresso on SABC3. That was a bit of a low five.
Can't lift. This is a family show. The dress gets shorter.
Oh, right. Thank you for protecting our interests there. So we really do appreciate it. But yes, welcome to this Thursday morning. It's going to be quite a lively one indeed.
Yes, it is.
Moving on swiftly. Yeah, of course. JT Sebastian is having the time of his life at the moment. It's movie season, dude.
Did you see?
Oh man, I saw Black Panther, by the way. But that's not the movie we're talking about. In fact, we're going to go through the whole diaspora of movies out there in the world, see what's breaking at the box office here in South Africa.
Yeah, speaking of things worth celebrating, along with Black Panther and all those good things, Emo Adams, one of our favorite musicians, is celebrating 30 years in the industry. So not only is he going to razzle-dazzle us with performance, he's also brought his boys from JAG. They're also celebrating with him. They're sounding amazing. So cannot wait.
Today's definitely going to be a party because we also have Cosmo's sexiest man, Blake Williams, in studio with us. We're going to be putting him through some fitness, some hoop the loop, you know, maybe take the shirt off.
He must be one of the best dancers in the country.
Dude,
so he should
you
be
must
able to
see
handle
that guy. He can wash out to a ballet song. Ladies,
challenge accepted.
You're welcome. You're welcome. It's going to be that kind of Thursday for you. Anyway, let's get the day underway. Take a look at the temperatures around our cities.
Thanks so much, team, and a very warm welcome from my side as well. Welcome to your Feel Good Breakfast Show. Let's kick things off with your weather and temperatures. And cooler conditions are expected for the Gauteng area and northeastern region, while the rest of the country can experience very warm temperatures ranging between the high 20s and 30s. Your temperatures: Polokwane 17 minimum this morning with a maximum 21, Mbombela 19.25, Pretoria 14.24, Johannesburg on 13 minimum with a maximum 22, Maikeng 14.26, Klerksdorp on 14 minimum with a maximum 24 degrees. Kimberley nice and hot today, 16 minimum, 33 maximum. Bloemfontein 15, 30. Richards Bay 20 minimum with a maximum 29. Pietermaritzburg 17, 28. Durban 22 and a high of 28 degrees. Mthatha 15, 27. East London 22 and a high of 26. Cradock also nice and hot day expected, 19 minimum with a maximum 34 degrees. Port Elizabeth 20 and a high of 26. George 18, 26. Sutherland on 13 minimum with a maximum 33, Cape Town 18 and at 28 maximum later. Worcester very hot today, 14 minimum, 38 is your maximum. Springbok 14, 34 and Uppington 21 and also very hot, 37 degrees later on. That's a wrap of your weather and temperatures for the 6:30 bulletin. We'll keep you updated as always. I'll bring another update just after 7.
Thank you, Ewan. Well, let's get you to work this morning, and we're starting off in Gauteng with the train lines. Now, there's a 50-minute delay on the Mabopane and De Wild trains, and that's due to overhead line damage. So please allow for some extra travel time this morning. And moving to the Western Cape in Bellville, there's the usual traffic on the N2 inbound. It is slow moving from the airport. That's where I leave your traffic for now. Another update will be coming your way in half an hour.
Effaflu C Immune Booster from Pharmadynamics. Effective, affordable healthcare.
Right, it's still nice and early on your Thursday morning. Yes, ever closer to the weekend. So it's Throwback Thursday. We asked you what has been the highlight of your week so far. Graham is all smiles this morning. I don't know why, because he's jetting off to the States a little bit later today. And let's see what you guys are saying. Gwyneth Jansen coming through first says, good morning, team. Always have a great outing with a friend, a wonderful day at work, and obviously a fantastic night every night with my family. Love it. Valdine, good morning. Valdine says, morning, guys. Must definitely a lovely night at home watching movies. Lekker dag vir julle almal. Dankie baie vir jou ook, Waldien. And then Bongi Nkosi says, good morning, Expresso team. Our highlight is to have a great day at work. Yes, I like the positivity. Nathan there, good morning team. It's a spectacular day at school. And Kenny Yatanella says, a very good morning to the Expresso fam. A very good morning to you as well. Keep connecting with us on our social media pages. Always use that hashtag Expresso Show and have a feel-good Thursday.
All right, well, how about this? Did you know, I didn't even know this until right now, that former South African cricketer Hershel Gibbs will be celebrating his 44th birthday this week. So let's take a look at some interesting facts about this legendary batsman. If you don't know him, you should know him. We all had posters of him. Oh, man.
Yeah,
one of the greatest sportsmen.
6 sixes, baby. 6 sixes.
Goodness.
Hershey, my boy. So Gibbs was said to be a very gifted sportsman right from his school days. He played rugby, soccer, cricket at school levels. Could have taken any one of them to a national level. That's insane. And did you know that he was given the nickname of Scooter when he was 16 and couldn't drive a car? And a few guys at Western Province joked that they would buy him a scooter one day. I'm sure he can buy like 12 now if he wants.
And so besides playing cricket, Gibbs also loves playing golf and says that he would love to have Tiger Woods, Viv Richards and Cristiano Ronaldo for a 4-ball.
I'm sure if he asked, they would come.
If he asked really nicely, it would really, really happen.
Oh, man. And then when asked which country was his favourite to tour, he said he preferred playing in Australia, where he's done some amazing work, and the West Indies, especially beach cricket, man.
I bet he loved playing in Australia just because of the damage that he's done.
Yeah,
like, he just goes there, just pa, pa. Hey,
and I remember at the Gary Player seeing other sportsmen around him and understanding then how massive the contribution to sport has been from this young guy. We love you, man. 44 forever, baby.
All right, now listen, if you could play cricket for any country, in any country, which one would you prefer to play?
Not in India. Not in India right now.
I've got to think about that one. I think I would love to play in India because the atmosphere there is just so
they are cricket
hyped
gods.
and so crazy. Anyway,
that,
let us know using our hashtag Expresso Show and hashtag Throwback Thursday.
And while you join the conversation online, don't go anywhere. JP Sebastian's with us in studio as we take a look at all the movies releasing in the box office this weekend.
That's it. And somebody else joining us on your Feel Good Breakfast show this morning, celebrating 30 years in the industry. This man, his name is Emo Adams. I'm sure you've heard of him somewhere, you know. Woo! He's okay. He's okay.
Okay, we can go. Listen, the count for. Listen. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Los my net uit, ek het die tyd vir al dat spels en lawaai. Los my net uit, ek het die tyd vir al dat spels en lawaai. Sê dit uit. Jesus is lastig, sy bly by my aandring dat ek elke sondag vir haar ietsie moet saambring. Sy werk op die notules van die kerkrasvergadering. Maar sy stammen, bestaan en vermaanding. Nou hoekom moet sy altyd na my toe kom vir berading? Like ek kan nou soos iemand met hy type ervaring. Sy praat van 'n vibe, 'n aantrekkingslading. Nee man, hoe lyk dit nou, sy's agter my salwe. Sy is tydelik, sy is verleidelik. Sy weet tyd impuls en 'n glimlag is jou favorite. En kyk sy gooi dat lyk vir ons. Sy loop met botte in haar mond. En sy uiteindelik meer kry as net 'n stywe druk. Kyk, ek wil nie ongeskik met 'n raakie, maar sê my, hoe sê ek haar dat ek vir haar nie smaakie? Sy kan nie ophou met lof van my praat. Lyk my, ek het nie eens 'n sê in die saakie. Alle jeugmaats roep vir haar tamatie. Ek maak 'n bene lam, daar sy eens 'n spaakie. Gooi my alleen na haar 21st party. Kan iemand haar net sê, ek is so desperaatie. Tydelik, sy is verleidelik. Sy weet tyd impuls en 'n glimlag is jou favorite. En kyk sy gooi dan lyk vir ons. Sy loop met botte in haar mond. En sy uiteindelik meer kry as net 'n stywe druk. Sê my waarom wil jy my kry? Wil jy my vry? En sê my waarom wil jy my verlei? Jy my verlei. Sê my waarom wil jy met my vry? Jy met my vry. Dit is verleidelijk. Zij is verleidelijk. Zij gedenkt om pols en hij glimlach als jouw favorite. En zij zweet en lijkt piroot. Zij loopt met potten en haar mond. Tot zij uiteindelijk weer krijgt als dit is leven druk. Het is verleidelijk. Zij is verleidelijk. Zij gedenkt om pols en hij glimlach als jouw favorite. En zij zweet en lijkt piroot. Zij loopt met potten en haar mond. Tot zij uiteindelijk weer krijgt.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Oh, welcome back. I feel like all our energy levels have just been pushed up a level as Emo Adams and the whole JAG team is here doing a phenomenal sound check, so you do not want to miss out on that performance. Coming your way shortly. Katlego, are you still on that high?
They are. It's verleidelijk.
That's so intense. So insane.
It's going to be awesome. Don't miss that performance.
Wow.
Man.
You know what's even more insane?
What?
Do you guys know the group Bongo Muffin?
Yeah.
Tati Skupu. If you're a fan, you're going to be delighted to know that the legendary Kwaito group are set to reunite after 12 years apart. Oh my word.
Sure.
Yes, Moholo Kwade everywhere. Listen, they're going to be led by the incredible singer-songwriter Thandiswa Mazwai. Of course, we know the group will make their historic reunion at One Source Live, a festival of African creativity. And they'll be joining the likes of Kulichana, DJ Maphorisa, and Nigerian reggae dancehall star Panther, all set to perform on this big day. It's going to be
a spectacular. Man.
Do you guys have tickets yet?
No.
I don't.
Do you know anybody we can talk to?
I think we should.
We need to find someone.
Find some tickets.
It's going to be that kind of thing. Well, anyway, just over a year after the death of her estranged husband, rugby legend Jules Morifi-Winslow, Emo Adams is set to release a single dedicated to him. Now, taking to Facebook, Amor shared a teaser of the song titled Expresso, revealing that she recorded the song a while ago, but was not yet ready to release it. Now, Amor adds that despite the controversy surrounding her marriage to Jules, both while he was alive and after his death, and that, of course, if this song brings comfort to anyone dealing with his death and the divorce and anything that might have gone around, their family dynamics, this is exactly why she's happy about it. The song is set to be released tomorrow, however, will be on Amor's new album due for release next month. So good to know that, even during that difficult time, she was kind of thinking about the resolution of it all, and of course, music being her instrument, she's using it.
And I'm sure it's going to be a very powerful song as well, taking a look at that very turbulent time of the past while, that I'm sure she put a lot of emotion into that song as well. So I can't wait to hear it, man. It's going to be awesome.
And I hope she comes to Expresso when that album releases, so we can hear it in person.
Good news all around, music. Amor's song, Bongo Muffin. Oh my word, dude, Bongo Muffin.
Let's hope the international entertainment follows suit with some good news at that. But that's a wrap of our local news. We'll bring you the international side of things a little bit later on. Right now, though, let's talk some movies.
Let's talk movies indeed. Of course, one movie dominating at the moment, Black Panther. But the big question, is it dominating the local box office? Let's find out.
Black Panther broke the record for Marvel pre-release ticket sales. Does it break SA's box office top 5? Delayed a year for nearly killing its lead. I hope number 5's Maze Runner The Death Cure was worth it. Good thing the title's so short so I can squeeze in an interesting fact about Tad the Lost Explorer and the Secret of King Midas. 4th. Jumanji slips another from its 8-week high to 3rd. No prizes for guessing this week's King of the Jungle. Don't think this is the domination 50 Shades Freed had in mind, getting whipped into 2nd after only a week. Buy a movie that probably instantly fixes Hollywood's poor race rep record. Black Panther reigns supreme. Wakanda forever.
Wakanda forever, indeed. I'd love to know how much money that film has made. Say it with me, JP Sebastian.
Wakanda forever.
Awesome stuff, man. No surprise there, huh?
Yeah, I mean, like I said in the little thing you just heard, in terms of pre-release ticket sales, higher than any other Marvel movie in history, and it's continuing to break record after record after record. So,
oh man,
maybe we'll have no money left after Black Panther.
Dude, a superb coverage, by the way, as well.
Oh,
absolutely amazing stuff. I want to see you on the red carpet more often. Absolutely awesome. But let's get back into what's releasing this weekend. Another Oscar nomination for Call Me By Your Name. A young guy, Mr. Chalamet, announces his arrival on the scene, man.
So it's actually got 4 Oscar nominations, including for Best Picture and for him, for lead actor. Timothy Chalamet, I think he's 22 years old. At the time of shooting, it would have been 20. He plays a character who's 17. Armie Hammer, the man with the weird name and the unnecessarily tall body, plays a man who is 24. And the story being that Timothy Chalamet is this young man living in the north of Italy with his family, and Armie Hammer is a research assistant to his father. In the 6 weeks that they have together, in the summer sort of wistful tryst, he develops feelings for Armie Hammer, and both of them actually have to deal with their sexual identity. I think in a fortunate way it's more about just heartbreak than like a lot of the heavy sort of sad stories.
It doesn't have a deeper message, just a great romance.
Just it's a solid romance. It's not necessarily like a message movie. I haven't seen it, to be fair, though, but like, and I'm not discrediting it for that reason. I think it just could be a really sweet romantic movie.
Love it. Then Loving Vincent. This is the side with the ear.
I mean, like, I don't even care to talk about like the story or anything. This movie is 65,000 oil paintings. It is a painted film. So there are 853 shots, and for each shot, so like on shot 842, you then paint over shot 842 for shot 843, or for frame 843. So what you're watching is an animation, but it was done by 100 professional painters from across the world, and to specifications, like if they didn't have the right 3 colors in a stroke, then it's noticeable, like even in a small frame. But if you must know story, because I mean, just as an achievement, that's all you need to know. The young man goes to deliver a letter to the departed Vincent van Gogh, and finds out why he was such a sort of, you know, tortured soul. Now I just want to see it for like
from
I said,
a graphic perspective, it just
as
looks
an achievement.
Absolutely amazing. Then instant gratification by the looks of it on the action front. 24 hours
when you're tired of Oscars and you want something as far away from it as possible. So yeah, like you said, instant action. Ethan Hawke. I don't think we've seen him in one of these before. Usually it's like Denzel Washington or Liam Neeson or Bruce Willis, who's just dialing it in at this point. He's doing these on like autopilot. So the story is that like Ethan Hawke is obviously a CIA agent who obviously wakes up from the dead by secret procedure, who obviously needs to, hey, look at that.
He's just got
which city does that look like? Hey, Cape Town? Anyone? No. Keep your eyes peeled.
Look at that.
And he has to avenge his family who were killed by the agency and get back at the agency, and he has to keep grunting his voice like this. And totally, again, also sort of has that sedated Seagal look on his face, like, what's happening to my career? But for a bit of, I love Ethan Hawke, and like, you know, he was a tough dude in like Lord of War. If he can pull that off again, then maybe
he's got the action chops, man. And then 3 billboards outside Ebbing, Missouri, another big award.
7 nominations at the Academy this year. That will be on the 4th of March, by the way. We just keep blabbing. Oscars are not giving you a date, but South Africans are going to have to stay up really early. 3 billboards outside Ebbing, Missouri. It's definitely, Frances McDormand's probably going to take lead actress for it. The story is she's a grieving mother who has reached the point from grieving to just aggression with the local police who have not solved the murder of her daughter, the rape of her daughter, and so rent 3 billboards just chastising them in blood red and black text that says, why Chief Willoughby, what has been done? And so this you know, brings her into a clash. Well, from that small fight all the way into all-out battle in the small Dorpy town, Ebbing, Missouri.
And also, and a powerful message at this stage. Okay, well, that's what's breaking at the box office this weekend. Some unbelievable films. Go out there, grab your popcorn. We'll continue our movie chat with JP a bit later.
Away.
Okay, listen, it's such a pleasure right now to welcome onto your Feel Good Breakfast show probably one of the most talented people in all of the world. This gentleman is a performer, he's a singer, he's a songwriter, producer, production maker, storyteller, broadcaster, dancer. You name it, he can do it. And right now he's celebrating 30 years. I'm talking 3 decades in the industry. Ladies and gentlemen, without any further ado, Emo Adams is in the studio!
I want to thank my mother and my father, and also, don't forget, I was also body double for Bruce Willis in Armageddon.
This is... That would have been something for the kids.
No, I was.
What, brother?
I was like, Kegi, julle moet Die space suit.
Doe dit reg, doe dit reg.
How you doing, buddy?
I'm good, man, and so happy for you, especially at this juncture in your life. 30 years.
Crazy.
Has that kind of sunk in? Do you wake up in the morning and go, oh my gosh, 30 years?
No,
30
the first thing that I still need to deal with is the fact that I've got white kids. That is amazing. So, if they're... As hulle na jou toe loop met groen oë, then I'm like, so I still can't deal with that, let alone 30 years in the industry. Do you know what I mean? So when I say like, who's your daddy, I really mean it. Like,
yeah,
seriously, who's your, because there's by of it.
Oh man.
Listen, it is. No, I can't because I started when I was 9 years old with David Kramer and Tally Peterson. And I didn't know that this journey was going to bring me to this amazing place in my life and having this amazing platform as well. So it's lekker, man.
And now you're deciding to celebrate it with inviting everyone who's ever loved your music, your entertainment, the guys from JAG that have been part of your journey to celebrate it with you. How do you do that? How do you encapsulate 30 years into a show and say, cool, this is...
It's literally impossible, but what you can do is you can give people snippets of that 30 years. And more so, you can invite friends who has some sort of an understanding of what you went through over the 30 years. And so there's quite a few surprises. Like was het 'n helikopter gekry? Ons is die heel eerste mense wat 'n helikopter kry wat in Grand Western land, maar hy's 'n week later. So nobody will see that. Yeah, nobody will see that, but I just wanted to mention that at random.
I love that. And also, so give me some other snippets that people might not be able to see musically on the stage, but that was also big highlights and very relevant to your journey over 30 years.
Listen, I mean, as I said, I feel very blessed to have made it to 30 years. I mean, you know, the day I knew was the day that the late great Nelson Mandela came to our school, and I had to sing the Nkosi Sikeleli, and it was known as the unofficial anthem back then. But I was nervous because the moment was too big, and he had his hand on my shoulder, and I just started crying, and I was like, I know, and I was like, why? Why? So then I knew, and then fast forward to about 3 years ago when we were celebrating 20 years of democracy, David Kramer asked myself and my brother Lukman to join him in New York to perform in Carnegie Hall. And these are moments that you can't embodify or showcase on a stage, you know. So we're going to try and screen it for people so that they can share a 30-year journey with us. And I think I brought JAG specifically because they were the biggest part of my 30-year career.
Oh my goodness. Wow, dude, listen, I cannot wait to see the show, and I hope that you're getting your tickets as well to go and check out the show. You cried when Nelson Mandela touched your shoulder. That's the manliest thing ever.
It's like a man, the myth. It's a bird, it's a plane. No, it's Madiba. You know what I mean? It's like, but you don't want to cry, but it was like a manly cry. So if that, if that helps, I don't know if it does.
All of us would have done it. Listen, stay tuned. After the break, this man, that stage, they become in the same WhatsApp group. He's performing, Baba.
Coming.
In the same WhatsApp
group. There can only be one.
2.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
The water-resistant Galaxy S8, made for summer.
Welcome back. You're tuning into your Feel Good Breakfast show. Right now, time to check out some of the funny, interesting, random things that we stumbled across on social media this morning. Now, yesterday, it was all about the doggos.
It was a dog day, yeah.
Yes, today, it's Kitty Cat Day.
Kitty Cat.
Yeah, Kitty Cat Day. What's happening?
My favorite. Well, we know that cats have a built-in toy, i.e. their tail. You've seen them, bite them, clean them, and take a look at what this kitty cat decides to do with his tail. It's absolutely adorable.
What is that? What is that?
But look at him.
Where did you come from?
I mean, did he just end up in that body position, or?
Cats are funny. Like, they do
just
the
woke
weirdest
up like that.
It's like he's just discovered the most amazing thing in the entire world.
Oh man, that's just too sweet. Just too sweet. Well, of course, it's all about the Winter Olympics at the moment. So we thought we'd give you a bit of Winter Olympics inspiration. Even the cats wanted to get in on the action. Take a look at this.
It's a black cat. No, it's not.
Whoa, up, you can get it. And those bobsleighs are fast. Up. Up.
He's like, what? Oh, my goodness.
Wait, here it comes. And what? Man, those pesky bobsleighs.
Oh, man, cats are just hilarious. Cats are just hilarious.
Cats, you're silly.
Thank you very much, guys. Thank you very, very much, guys. Well, that's what we have for you. Let us know which hashtag video story has caught your attention online this morning. You can share your thoughts with us on our Facebook page, also on Twitter, using that hashtag Expresso Show. But right now, South Africa, world, universe, doesn't matter where you are tuning in from right now. I hope you're ready. It's Emo Adams and JAG.
It's like we don't have enough space for the awesomeness that's about to ensue. But yes, we are making the circle even bigger, celebrating 30 years with Emo Adams, and he's brought the gentlemen of JAG here with him and an awesome band. And they're about to perform first song of the morning to get us all into that verleidelijke mood.
Los my net uit, ek het die tyd vir al die spils en lawigheid. Los my net uit, ek het die tyd vir al die spils en lawigheid. Kikkie, Jennis is lastig, sy bly by my aandring dat ek elke sondag vir haar ietsie moet saambring. Sy werk op die Nautilus van die K-gras vergadering. Nou sy stam in bestand vir maanding. Nou hoekom moet sy altyd na my toe kom vir berading? Like ek kan nou soos iemand met die diepe ervaring. Sy praat van 'n vibe, 'n aantrekkingsladings. Nee man, hoe lyk dit mens agter my saam? So duidelik, sy is verleidelijk. Sy weet uit impuls en hy glimlach is jou favorite. En kyk sy gooi en lyk vir ons. Sy loop met potte in haar mond. En sy uiteindelik meer kry as dit is drywedruk. Kyk, ek wil nie ongeskik met 'n raakie. Sê my hoe sê ek haar dat ek vir haar nie smaakie. Sy kan nie ophou met lof van my praatie. Lyk my ek het hier se sê in die saakie. Alle jeugmaats roep vir haar tamatie. Ek maak 'n benelam, daar's eers 'n spaakie. Sy nooi my alleen na haar 21st party. Kan iemand aan net sê ek as jy so desperatie duidelik. Sy is verleidelijk. Sy weet uit impuls en hy glimlach is jou favorite. Ek kyk sy gooi dan lyk vir ons. Sy loop met potte in haar mond. Want sy uiteindelik meer kry as dit is drywedruk. Sê my waarom wil jy van my kry? Sê my waarom wil jy my verlei? Sê my waarom wil jy met my vrei? Verleidelijk, sy weet net impuls en hy glimlach is jou favorite. Ek kyk sy swijn en lyk vir ons. Sy loop met potte in haar mond. Want sy uiteindelik meer kry as dit is drywedruk. Sy is so duidelik, sy is verleidelijk. Sy weet net impuls en hy glimlach is jou favorite. Ek kyk sy swijn en lyk vir ons. Sy loop met potte in haar mond. Want sy uiteindelik meer kry. Los my net uit, sy het die tyd vir al die spils en lawigheid. Los my net uit, ek het die tyd vir al Are we?
Yeah! Yes! We are all in there. We are getting inside. Yes, come on. Listen, I know you enjoyed that. Let us know on our Facebook page, Expresso Morning Show, SABC3. We'll have more.
Why?
What?
Just let them know on the Facebook page.
It wasn't me. We'll have more from these guys a bit later on. Right now, let's catch up with the news.
Yes.
Thank you very much. What a performance, Emo Adams and JAG in studio. Right now, let's quickly take a look at your news headlines in your national news this morning. Finance Minister Malusi Gigaba has announced a 1% hike in value-added tax and an 85 billion rand cut in government spending over the next 3 years as part of his 2018 budget speech. Other notable points from the 2018 budget speech include an increase to fuel levies by 52 cents per litre, an allocation of 6 billion rand towards drought relief and 57 billion rand towards free education. The minister says that despite the difficult decisions, the budget speech is a tough but hopeful one. Then a group of National Student Financial Aid Scheme workers seeking higher salaries and other improvements are threatening to spread their strike action if their demands are not met. Among their demands are higher minimum salaries, promotion for cleaners, medical aid for parents of employees, and permanent employment for workers on contract. The strike has affected thousands of students who are awaiting the allocation of student grants. In your international news this morning, survivors of a Florida school shooting that left 17 people dead have traveled to the state capital to press lawmakers to take more action on gun control. About 100 students arrived in Tallahassee, where they are due to stage a rally at the State House later and meet legislators. It is the first organized protest of the youth-led anti-gun movement that has swept the U.S. since the attack. And lastly, the World Health Organization says measles cases across Europe soared by 400% last year, raising concerns over the low rates of immunization against the disease. WHO reports more than 21,000 cases and 35 deaths in 2017, following a record low of 5,273 in 2016. The countries with the highest reported cases are Greece with 967, Germany with 927, and Serbia with 702. That's where we leave your news headlines for now. We'll get a look at it again at 8 o'clock this morning. Right now, let's get an update in terms of your sport.
Let's kick it off with the good news first. The Proteas returned to winning ways last night as they pulled off a 6-wicket victory over India in Pretoria. That was in their T20 series. It's now tied up at 1 apiece after India posted pretty strong total, 188 for 4 in their 20 overs. Proteas captain JP Durmani put in a captain's innings, finishing out on 64 not out as he helped his side reach the winning target with 8 balls to spare, finishing with 2 sixes. The series now tied at 1-1. The winner will be decided on Saturday when the final match takes place at Newlands. And staying with cricket, sadly the Proteas women had to settle for a no result in their T20 encounter against India yesterday as it was abandoned due to rain, with the 5-match series now sitting at 2-1 to India. The called-off tie served as a major blow for the South African ladies, who were on a pretty solid 130 for 3 when the rain came in to stop play. With the no result yesterday, the Proteas women will only be able to draw the series when that final match takes place in Cape Town as well on Saturday. Then on to football. Mamelodi Sundowns missed out on the chance to go 7 points clear at the top of the PSL table as they were held to a 1-1 draw against Free State Stars last night. After Percy Tau, the magic man at the moment, put Sundowns ahead within the first 5 minutes. Free State Stars pulled level through a Sipelele Mthembu goal, which saw the points shared at the Loftus Stadium. So the next PSL game takes place on Friday tomorrow, which sees Maritzburg United up against Platinum Stars. Then staying with football, Man United and Sevilla couldn't be separated in their Champions League encounter last night as their first leg round of 16 match ended as a goalless draw. Despite holding 57% of possession and having 19 more shots at goal, Sevilla couldn't find a way through, which leaves the teams all square as they head to England for that second leg. Also in action last night, Shakhtar Donetsk, they beat Roma by 2-1. And that's where we leave our sport for this hour of the show.
Well, let's get you a traffic update, starting off on Gauteng and Sandton. On Grayson Drive, there are defective traffic lights at Daisy Street. There are pointsmen on duty. And moving to the Western Cape and Newlands, there's traffic on the M3 northbound. It is currently slow moving between Constantia and the Rhodes Avenue exit. That's where we leave your traffic. A final update coming your way just after 8.
Thank you so much, Zoe. It's just after 7 o'clock. Let's quickly get another update in terms of your weather. And it looks like cooler conditions can be expected for the Gauteng and northeastern regions today, while the rest of the country can experience rather warm temperatures ranging between the high 20s and into the 30s as well. Polokwane 17 minimum with a maximum 21 degrees. Mbombela 19.25. Pretoria 14.24. Johannesburg 13.22. Mahikeng 14.26. Klerksdorp on 14 minimum this morning and a mild maximum of 24 degrees. Kimberley 16.33, Bloemfontein 15.30, Richards Bay 20 with a maximum 29, Pietermaritzburg 17.28, Durban 22 and a high of 28 degrees, Mthatha 15 minimum with a maximum 27, East London 22 and a high of 26, Cradock 19 and very hot 34 degrees today, Port Elizabeth 20.26, George 18.26, Sutherland 13.33, Cape Town 18 with a maximum 28 late on today, Worcester 14 and very, very hot 38 degrees, and Springbok starting off on 14, 34 degrees, Uppington also very hot 21 minimum with a maximum of 37 degrees. That's a wrap of your weather and temperatures for the 7 o'clock bulletin. We'll bring you a final update just after 8.
And if you've just tuned in, we're taking a look at these Twitter streets and hashtag Proteas fire, of course, is all that is trending right now as a result of yesterday's victory. South Africa victorious over India. In fact, Ayush here saying, couldn't watch the match yesterday. India lost, teary eyes. Congratulations to South Africa, but some positive from the lost match. Pandey and Dhoni scoring runs. This sets up the last T20 beautifully, and you can see South African players there embracing after that victory. But great comments coming in fact, this one, Claessen's keeping and batting is keeping de Kock on his toes. And this is true. Very, very hard competition right there. Brandy saying, if they keep on playing well, I swear I'm marrying a Proteas player. As if that's a choice. Okay. Carrying on here, so everyone celebrating, showing off their Proteas shirts, celebrating, and high fives all round for JP Dumini and the boys that beat India in yesterday's T20. Congratulations, hashtag Protea Fire. But when you talk to us, of course, do use hashtag Expresso Show.
Yeah, so proud of JP and the rest of the team. We continue with the show after the break. It's time for a high-intensity workout. Zoe's going to be put through her places, as well as this man. Let your body do the talking, dude. Oh! Oh!
It's my feel-good breakfast show. It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Hey,
like the update on the music, man.
Yes, welcome back to Feel Good Breakfast Show Expresso on SABC3. Emo Adams in the house, the man of the hour, man. What stunning performance, what stunning entertainment. And we've just also found out he's quite a tech geek. If you're a tech geek.
Tech,
yes. So we got some tech news.
Yes. So we're currently covering tech, the tech daily.
Yes. Yes.
And we do it daily.
Yes.
For those of you who don't know.
Exactly.
So
let's give you a quick continue. No. So I'm sorry, dude. We're going to terrify you right now because we terrified the nation, and we should be a little bit terrified. I think last week we showed you a video of a dog-like robot, and I use that loosely, okay? Opening a door and then holding it open for a friend. I'm going to use that word loosely as well. Now the company Boston Dynamics have released this video of what appears to be a man bullying the robot. Take a look at this. Hey, stop it.
So like the dog is set on a mission to open the door, and whatever deterrent might be there, it is determined to complete that mission.
You're not going to save everybody by just...
Oh, my word.
He pulled his bum off. That's
oh, my word.
Come on.
That is not right.
See, now, but what they're doing is training... I know, that was a bit unfortunate. Yeah. Now the robot's embarrassed, and it's going to only make him angrier once he gets in that room and does what? Probably kills everyone inside.
Bro, this is exactly what that episode of Black Mirror was based on. It's called Metalhead, and these dogs are particularly trained to protect a certain area, and they will pursue the perpetrator by any means until they have eliminated.
All right.
So right now, I'm scared.
But why? Can you guys just put into context why?
Because the movies say
normal dogs aren't good enough.
No, that's my point. It's like...
Why an arm for a head as well? That's just unfair, but anyway, terrifying.
Can we move on to a more exciting story, please?
Yeah,
okay. Let's talk about another exciting story out of the world of tech right now. Yesterday, the CEO of Amazon, Jeff Bezos, tweeted that his team had started construction on what's called a 10,000-year clock. Now, it's a massive clock that's being built in a hollowed-out mountain in Texas, which costs roughly 450 million rand to complete, and it stands at about 150 meters. So once this clock is finished, it's going to start ticking non-stop for the next 10,000 years, and it's completely mechanical, so it needs no power to run it at all. So it's much like those old wind-up watches of back in the day, and it lasts for 10,000 years. So it's based on the concept that the things that were conceived in the 90s were all based on long-sightedness and thinking long-term. So I guess it's a way of inspiring people. And so once completed, people will be able to go to this place and actually visit the site, check out the clock, take pictures, or whatever.
Presumably reset your watch. Oh, no.
Well, you got 10,000 years to plan that.
We'll be able to see it from here, though, right? We'll be able to see it because it's that big.
Because it costs 450 million.
Yeah, so you must be able to see it.
Protected by robot dogs.
Because if you don't, that's a waste of money.
Anyway, that's all the tech news we have for you. On that note, it is time for some exercise.
Are we?
Well, from tech to a little bit of exercise on your Thursday morning, we have Anika Base. She's no stranger to your Feel Good Breakfast Show. And of course, the man from the Street Stylers, and now also gets to add the title of Cosmo's Sexiest Man. Blake Williams is with us, and he's joining us for our fitness session. Anika has warned me this is a high-intensity, explosive, full-body workout.
Yeah. Okay, completely is. It's more of a cardio workout than anything else.
Okay.
So if you don't feel like going to the gym and you don't feel like going for a run and it's bad weather outside, perfect workout to do at home.
Okay, and it's a nice quick one. All in all, it generally would take you how many minutes?
15, 20 minutes.
Okay, but we're going to do the TV version for you, i.e. the easier version. Okay, Anika, you're going to show us the first movement.
Awesome. Okay, let me show you the first one. So we're going to go down into a burpee. So we're going to start with your feet tucked in towards you, kicking out, right? We're going to tuck in again, jump forward into a squat. Then we're going to go high knees back, right? And we're going to do that for 20 seconds. I'm just going to start my timer.
Okay.
Go, right, down, kick back, jump forward, down. Great, high knees back. Fantastic. Back, into squat. High knees back, back down, jump forward, squat, and high knees up. That's 20 seconds. Okay, so the next workout we're doing is to activate your triceps as well as the core and stretch out your quadriceps and your hamstrings. So we're doing quad kicks, so we're kicking forward, up. We'll do that for 20 seconds. Here we go. Okay, let's get the intensity up. Push it. Good job, guys. Okay, remember to extend your legs fully at the top.
You really
feeling it? How's the tummies?
You sure you put 20 seconds?
Yeah, it was 20 seconds, promise. Okay, and then we're going to go into a push-up. So this one's pretty tough. We're going to go down into the push-up. Right. Nice and low. Tuck your knees in. Sit through. Right. The other side, sit through.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like, what kind of training do you normally do? Because you're a dancer yourself.
Well, this is like a b-boy move that we're doing right now. Yeah, some footwork.
Okay,
yeah?
cool.
Okay, you ready?
Yes.
Okay,
are you ready?
Yeah. Go. Okay, push up. Tuck. Sit through. Sit through. Fantastic. Kick it out. Push up. And sit through. Sit through. Cool.
There we go. Well, if you've just tuned in, we're doing a fitness workout, a high-intensity workout with Anika Base here with us in the studio. Blake, how are you feeling?
Feeling good. Feeling strong, feeling ready.
Well, see, that's why he's Cosmo's sexiest man for 2018. But listen, he's going to be hanging out with us the whole morning. Anika, thank you so much for joining us.
Anytime.
Hope to see you back.
Thanks, Anika.
Oh, fantastic. Let's head on into the kitchen.
Well done, Zoe. Get that breathing nice and slow. Listen, let's recharge with a beautiful Vitamin C Boost Smoothie. And this is a great thing. It's a recipe packed with fresh ingredients that are loaded with nutrients and have a high concentration of vitamin C. And it's really also a great smoothie to have if you are feeling a little bit ill or just need a good boost. Now, this vitamin C is then absorbed by the body through food and beverage from it, and it can be synthesized by the body. That's why we have to get it in from outside sources. Zoe, that was a cool workout.
That was a tough workout.
Hey, I heard you breathing a little bit there. It's good. It's good.
It gets it out of you. It really, really makes sure. Because I mean, it's a cardio-based workout.
That's it.
I can't imagine doing that for 15 minutes.
Look, but luckily you fit, you know, and you've been training, you're getting
there.
good. So how about a vitamin C smoothie?
I'm loving the ingredients I'm seeing in front of me.
Absolutely. So we've frozen the ingredients as well. So firstly, I'm going to start with some strawberries. And this is great. 85 milligrams of vitamin C per cup. I mean, how's that?
Sure.
Yes, and it's also got manganese in there, which helps to kind of regulate or keep the blood sugar stable. So I'm going to put that in there. Here we have some Clover Crush orange juice, which is also a nice boost of vitamin C. We've frozen them into ice cubes, you see.
I love that.
So we want to make them nice and cold.
I always like the slushy smoothies.
Yes, some pineapple as well. Lovely, sweet, beautiful. 79 milligrams of vitamin C. Look at that, a lot of fruit. And then some carrot juice, also very, very healthy.
There we go.
All right, and then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to add a dash of water.
And a squeeze of lime.
And a squeeze of lime.
Can I squeeze that for you?
Squeeze it. Get it in there. Get it in there. The keyword is drink. SMS that to 33728. That's drink to 33728. I'm sure just by looking at it, you can see how healthy this little smoothie is going to be. Right. Let's blast this up quickly.
Okay.
Right. Look at that. Let's see what happens.
I love doing these tough workouts and then getting a smoothie as a reward.
You know, we reward you for your efforts, Zoe.
I need it today.
Yeah, absolutely. So it's going to be nice and cold. And look at that. How quick was that?
Nice and quick.
Right. And then we have a bit of a sprig of mint in there as well. All right. So that is drink. SMS that to 33728. Drink to 33728.
That looks pretty.
You can have your hands on this recipe as well. Perfectly measured out. Just for you, Zoe.
Thank you.
Enjoy.
Cheers.
Cheers. How cool does that look, eh? The keyword is drink. SMS that to 33728.
Fantastic.
Beautiful.
Crush, your daily dose of goodness. Now also available in long life.
Made with love by Clover.
Now, just as with the State of the Nation address, every single year on the social calendar, something very important happens. Cosmopolitan magazine to be more specific, chooses 12 of the sexiest guys in South Africa and asks their readers and the public out there to vote for the sexiest. And among these guys, we've got singers, dancers, choreographers, entrepreneurs, graphic designers, everyone that's perceived as sexy. And today, we have the man that won that competition as South Africa's sexiest man, according to Cosmopolitan magazine. Here he is, ladies and gentlemen, Blake Williams. Come on! Yes, yes. Even the guys are allowed to cheer. My brother, good to see you.
Thank you, my man.
Holding
good
the title Thabethe, was that on purpose?
Yeah, no.
Champion? No, congratulations on that. This must be, it must be quite an achievement for you. Is it? Is it something
Definitely.
that you... Yeah?
Definitely. A very overwhelming feeling. Still getting used to the title as Sexiest, man. You know yourself, I'm a world champion dancer. That's what I do. But this new title's really amazing.
And now you're cuddling puppies and stuff. That's the only pictures that I'm seeing.
I'm a dog lover myself. So.
Oh, yeah? All right, so how did you feel in that moment when it was revealed to you? I mean, I know you say the feeling of it right now is overwhelming, but in that instant, what was the feeling?
I was shocked. For the first 10 seconds, I couldn't believe it.
But come on, you were expecting it.
It took a while to settle in. Look, the competition was really tough.
Yeah.
I mean, I was up against models, I was up against some TV presenters,
yeah.
guys that are really, really there to win the title.
Yeah, yeah,
and when they called my name out, I was like, damn, I'm super proud. I'm super proud that I get to make the people proud that voted for me.
What do you think is it that got you the public vote as the sexiest guy? Like, what do you think defines sexy?
I think I've been at this for a long time. Modeling,
what, sexy?
not
Doing
particularly
sexy?
modeling, no. I've been at working hard, being a community man, being involved in projects in the community as well.
Yeah.
And then the dancing thing. I became a world champion when I was 19 years old.
Yeah,
I've been dancing all over the country, all over the world. So people have seen my grind, people have seen my ambition and my passion, and they've supported me from day one.
Oh man, that is all that. Take all of that into the definition of the word sexy. So now that you're here, what kind of influence and power does this position as Cosmo's sexiest man give you? And what are you able to do? How are you able to take that grind further?
I feel the most exciting part about the title, Cat, is I have a voice and I can use it with the community projects I'm doing. My focus this year is to start a new program. I've already started writing it. I'm going to help young boys in disadvantaged communities become men, successful men, working hard, giving them opportunity in life and also putting them through a good education.
Did you know how presidential you sound right now?
Oh,
I'm just
thanks,
saying,
man.
draft
Thanks,
something
man.
for 2030, man.
It's where my heart's at, man. It's where my heart's at.
What about the prize money? I understand there's a bit of prize money.
There is a bit of prize money. I mean,
what are you doing with it?
Who can't do with a bit of money this time of the year?
True that.
But I haven't yet decided what I'm going to do with it. It's definitely going into a lot of the work that I'm doing and to get the street stylist dance crew to the next level as well.
Oh, excellent. Speaking of street stylist dance crew, you are their champion, their captain. You're going to show us something right now. You're going to show me one of like your killer moves. Well, if you go easy on me, just show me like one basic move that can basically qualify me as a street styler. What are you going to show me?
Let's do something fun. Let's do the nene.
The nene. I like the nene. Okay, but which nene have you got for me?
Okay, we're going to start 4 steps now.
Okay.
Using the right leg, hands up in the sky like this. And we're going to pump down. You're going 1,
so you're going to go
2, lift up, 3, push down, and hop onto the other one.
Yeah.
And we drop down. Nene. Hey.
Oh, and then you're there.
Hey.
Oh, you even got the...
Hey,
it's there.
Go.
Ah, okay.
Yeah. 6, 7, 8. We go. 1, 2, 3, and swap. My man. Welcome to the street.
Okay, listen. Before we go, though, I did say to everyone out there this morning that you can basically dance to anything right now. So you know the Vosho.
Yes, I do.
Yeah. So we're gonna drop a random beat that we just found, and we want you to just Vosho to this beat. It's a what is it? An Afrikaans song beat. Okay. We want you to do Vosho to an Afrikaans song.
Okay, cool.
G, are you ready to roll? Just roll that track, man. Good, damn it. Okay. Break the track. Break the track. I win. Okay. Warm it up. Yes. Yes! Give it up, ladies and gentlemen. Break the champ. Cosmo's sexiest man for the year. And of course, ladies, yes, you are so welcome.
He really is a world champion. Dude, it's one of the coolest things I've ever seen.
You deserve that title, man. You deserve that title.
Oh, man. I love checking the mind. It's like, oh, my word. Oh, my word. Nailed it. Well, from a presidential young man to the actual President's Challenge, we're talking golf and an opportunity to raise a huge amount of funding. It's going to be one of the coolest events of the year, I think.
Absolutely, as it is every single year. And then I also sit down with a man called Brent Lindecky. Now, he is on a mission to spread some goodness. He is, of course, the founder of the website called Good Things Guy that has been getting a lot of traction. So we'll chat and connect with him as well after the break.
All right, here we go, party people. Let's go. Say 1, 2, 3, party on now. I'm free, I'm chainless. And I'm brainless.
If you love Smooth Fame by myself, Katlagomaboe, then download the song now on iTunes or Google Play. All the proceeds from downloads will be donated to Choc South Africa. Remember to catch me as the host of Tropica Island of Treasure Maldives, where I give the contestants a chance at Smooth Fame, Mondays at 7:30 p.m. on SABC3. The stage is yours.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back. This is your feel-good breakfast show, live, large and in charge on this Thursday morning. Now, South Africa's cabinet ministers, members of parliament and heads of state will be uniting for a good cause today as the Presidential Golf Challenge takes place. Now, this event is all about raising money for the president's charity of choice. And this year, the money will be going to the Cyril Ramaphosa Foundation, which will benefit from the day spent out on the golf course. And to tell us more about this very special event, Deputy Minister Dipuo Letsatsi-Duba from the Ministry for Public Service and Administration is here with us this morning. Thank you so much for joining us, Deputy Minister, and good morning to you.
Good morning, Kat, and good morning to everybody out there.
Now, this is quite an exciting day, and I'm sure one that you've been planning for a very, very long time. But why is this event so important on the government calendar?
This event, Kat, I can tell you, is very important because it gives the government, in particular the president, and those who have money, to can lend a hand. Yeah. To can give, because this is the day where we do fundraising for disadvantaged communities. It can be old age home, it can be the children who are from the disadvantaged family. It can be anything as long as it's towards improving somebody's life.
Yes. And of course, it's an event that has history behind it. Many, many years of the Presidential Golf Challenge have been held. Take us back to where it started and how the idea came about.
It started in 1996 during President Thabo Mbeki's time. And then the aim was to fundraise for bursaries of students around Cape Town in Crossroads. But now it evolved over many years, and then the purpose was that then. Now, as the years comes by and goes, then people thought maybe they could bring professional golfers and other business people to make it more bigger and stronger. Now, here we are today. We bring golfers, professional golfers, and amateurs like ourselves.
And we'll talk about the President's golf game very shortly, but the day has been very successful. Last year, I believe 9 million rand was raised, which is a phenomenal amount of money. And this year, the proceeds and the benefiting the beneficiaries will be the Cyril Ramaphosa Foundation. Tell me about the services that they provide.
The Cyril Ramaphosa Foundation, they have what they call Adopt a School campaign, which is mainly meant to assist the children from disadvantaged communities. Fortunately, I attended one of their events, I think it was last year, very good program. They have also the charities in relation to uplifting the communities in Diepsloot, in Orange Farm, and so on and so on. So that's what the Cyril Ramaphosa Foundation do. Yeah.
So there's going to be lots of cameras out there today.
There's going to be a lot of cameras out there watching how he swings, how he...
Hence my next question, Deputy Minister. On a scale of 1 to 10, how good is the President's golf game? Has he actually been preparing?
I'm not sure if he has been preparing because you will recall this day was supposed to have been a week ago.
Of course.
Now there were changes in terms of sauna. Normally it happens immediately after sauna. And then this time, because of the changes, you remember the sauna was postponed and we said no. He was not the president yet by then, so I'm not sure if he was preparing for himself. So he had only a week.
That's quite true.
He had only a week to know today's event. And he has been having a lot of activities in the week. So, but I think in the scale of 1 to 10, as you've been asking, I think he can do about 8.
Wow, that is a good handicap if you're talking about that. And yourself, because you're going to be playing as part of a 4-ball as well. How's your golf game?
Oh, my scale is very low. Maybe around 3.
I think that response said it all, but I really hope that you'll have fun and that the Cyril Ramaphosa Foundation will really benefit today with loads of money being raised.
Yes, we hope so, and we are looking forward to make some changes and improve the event in future. We'll inform you as we move on with the Cyril Ramaphosa Foundation, because it can't be the same all the years. It must change. It must come with very exciting initiatives from yourselves. You can make suggestions. Everybody out there can make suggestions.
Fantastic. Well, thank you very much for joining us so early in the morning.
Thank you.
We will be joining you out there on the golf course to cover it all.
Thank you.
Yeah, this is a wonderful way, of course, of spreading goodness in South Africa. No, remain seated. Don't worry. We're not done quite yet. But we do continue to spread goodness in South Africa through various ways and our friends that we support. Now, what all started in 2015 when a young South African turned the reckless drinking game, the NEC nominations, on its head by using his nomination to instead perform a random act of kindness. Now, fast forward a few years later, and Good Things guy Brent Lindeke is still spreading the goodness across South Africa. Let's find out more.
Now, as South Africa's feel-good breakfast show, we understand the importance of spreading good news. It's what we do very well. Now, that is why we're also very excited. Clover Crush is on a mission to get everyone involved in spreading goodness. Now, they've invited local celebrities to join the Crush Goodness crew, who'll be visiting 12 schools across 5 provinces in South Africa to hand out 10,000 pairs of school shoes. That's incredible. Now, by adding a little bit of goodness to every day, it has the power to change the world for the better. Now, Goodness crew member Brent Lindeke is here to tell us a bit more. Brent, lucky to meet you, my friend.
Man, it's nice to be here. I've always watched the show, and to actually be on the show is
and I'm always on your website. That's amazing, man. No, I really have a lot of respect for what you do, because I do believe in focusing on the good that happens around us every single day. There's so much negativity going around, and you one portal where we can go and we can find some positive news stories. So thank you, man. Thank you. So you're a Goodness crew member. That's amazing. But before we get there, what drove you to start Good Things Guy?
Man, I feel like South Africa, and even the world, but South Africa, if we're focusing on mainstream media, it's quite negative. And if we, it's real and we know what's going on, but to just concentrate on mainstream media, it'll make you quite a negative person. And I made a decision to start sharing good news stories. It started with just a little Facebook page 2.5 years ago, and it turned into a website that just keeps growing. Every month it grows bigger. Every day I get new readers, and it's people that just want to fill their minds with good news and hopefully change the national conversation.
I guess, well, absolutely. But do you find that by starting to focus on the good news stories, do you find that slowly it's gaining momentum, there's more and more good, or you're starting to see more and more good happening around you?
I'm in the lucky position that I get to research and I get to look at these stories and I get them sent to me. And I can tell all of the viewers that there is so much good happening in South Africa every single day. You just got to tune into it. And it's shows like this that are so important at highlighting that.
Yeah, well, you know what? Once again, hats off to you. I think it's amazing. But now you're also on another journey, part of the Goodness crew. What made you decide to jump on board as well? We've seen Bonnie Mbuli doing her great stuff. Also Tembisa Mdoda, which is also part of the Goodness crew, and also just spreading those good vibes. So what caused you to jump on?
I think it's 2 things. The first is this is a really good campaign. Like, it's really making a difference in the lives of children that are in need. And on the other side of that, it's a company that's making a difference. Yeah. The message that they're sending is a little bit of goodness goes a long way. And I think if South Africans can take that on board within themselves, then they'll be able to inspire each other to do good and make a difference as well.
And I'm glad, because it's nice to see a big corporate company like this, take this approach, which is a human and emotional kind of approach, and really making a difference. I mean, we're talking school shoes here, and to you and me, it might be something that we take for granted or took for granted when we went to school, but what does it mean to a young child going to school that receives a pair of brand new school shoes?
I think it instills confidence. Having a nice pair of shoes always gives you that little bit of confidence. And having the confidence is going to make you do better at school. And if you do better at school, you're going to become more successful. When I joined the campaign, I never realized how many South Africans actually don't have school shoes. And it's not, it might get them a new pair of shoes from home to work, but it's really about giving them that confidence to be able to succeed.
Absolutely. It's that sense of pride, man, and that's it. So thank you very much, Brent, for jumping on board and making a difference in your own right as well with your website. I think it's phenomenal. We need the good news. We need the good news. Brent Lindeke, thank you very, very much. So, I mean, do you remember polishing your school shoes, making sure they shone brightly and always looked their best? I mean, that feeling, that is what Crush wishes to give these budding young students. Now, let's see how far a little dose of goodness can go. Join in on spreading #CrushGoodness and be part of the movement that ignites a goodness culture in South Africa.
Crush, your daily dose of goodness. Now also available in long life.
Made with love by Clover.
Oh, well, we are taking a quick break on your Feel Good Breakfast Show. When we get back, we're going to be talking hair trends, how you can recreate the looks from New York Fashion Week in the comfort of your own home. So you do not want to miss out on that.
Oh, then looking all kinds of gorgeous toppings. Ayanda Thabethe is in the house. We're going to talk about, along with Nick Strelitz, of course, London Fashion Week. Bring you a load, and we'll see you in a sec.
This week, feel the goodness on Expresso with Clover Crush. It's often the little things that have the biggest impact. And Clover Crush is spreading goodness by donating school shoes to 10,000 learners across South Africa. In partnership with Smart Steps Shoes, discover some of the beneficiary schools and meet the famous faces who'll be spreading positivity with Clover Crush. Don't miss Expresso. Weekday mornings from 6:30 a.m. on SABC3. The stage is yours.
It's my Feel Good Breakfast Show.
Welcome back. You're tuning into your Feel Good Breakfast Show, Expresso, right here on SABC3. Time for your international entertainment news. And we have some very cool guests joining us. Cosmo's sexiest man over here. I can't believe I'm sitting next to him. Oh, it's Blake Williams. Yeah, my man. And the gorgeous Ayanda Thabethe on that side. Look who's joining us. Good morning, Ayanda. Yay, she's here.
And, you know, we're all part of the same family, I think. But I have to say, we became even closer when I had to travel from Johannesburg with 3 dresses. And you have no idea the stir, because they could see they were dresses, and everyone was looking at me like, what are you doing, dude?
Thank you. It makes you such a gentleman. It's a good look for you, actually.
I would, if I could fit into them, girl, I'd put it off. But it's so awesome to have you here. We're going to be chatting London Fashion Week in a moment. But we thought, since we had you here and you keep your finger on the pulse, we'd take you through our entertainment news. Love is in the air, dude.
Ooh.
Take some notes at this stage. Okay, so this is a big story. I'm not normally that wrapped up in these kind of romances, but this is quite an exciting one. So, Justin Bieber's father may have gotten married this week, but of course Justin himself is getting just as much love from his lady, back together again, Selena Gomez. Just too gorgeous. The rekindled couple was spotted packing on the PDA while in Jamaica, leaving no doubt that they are clearly very much in love. So in between the hugs and the kisses, the couple even squeezed in some time and some loving stares, big laughs, and I think this has got us all wondering if, like Justin's dad, they'll be walking down the aisle soon.
You know what?
This romance for me is so up and down. Like, I think going back to the same person is like reading the same novel. You know, the same book, the same story.
People laughed at me 2 years ago when they weren't together and they all went their different directions, and I was like, you know, we're all actually just waiting for Justin and Selena to get back together.
That's so
and they were like, Ewan, what are you saying? What are you saying?
We might have been laughing at the fact that you were so interested.
Yeah.
No, it's just because one of those obvious things. It's true. And Justin Bieber, it's good to see him in a different light a little bit. And, you know, he's not causing any stirs at the moment. But,
I think she's a very good influence.
No, I agree. You know what they say, if it's meant to be, you'll end up together again. So I'm happy for them.
Yeah.
Are you saying that to anyone in particular? Or
Wow.
I'm saying it to we can't have the sexiest man here and not have a little bit of fun. Then, of course, speaking of love, earlier this year, Ed Sheeran shared some exciting news. Of course, spotted wearing the ring. Okay, that's obviously sent rumours. Look at that. There it is. Bum, bum, bum. And I think everyone thought, had he actually tied the knot? We're talking about his gorgeous girl, Sherry Seaborn. But he's kept much of the romance private, understandably, because he's got a camera pointed on him all the time, and he had already been engaged as of New Year's Eve.
Yeah.
And she's gorgeous, man.
She's gorgeous, and I think he's really happy. He looks content, but he cannot not make us watch the wedding. I'd love to.
It'll be as
big
as the
who doesn't want
royal.
to see Ed Sheeran get married, right? He's the most romantic dude.
So true. And I wonder if he can sing his own songs at the wedding, man. It's perfect, man. Guys, we love having you here. Thank you so much for joining us. So cool to have you here. We'll be talking London Fashion Week in just a moment.
Well, from Fashion Week, when it comes to fashionable hair styles, TRESemmé is always on trend. Not only are they offering all the women's salon quality products, but with their latest campaign, Trends, TRESemmé will be helping women achieve the top hairstyles from New York Fashion Week at the comfort of their own homes. And here to talk all things hair trends, we have Emo Morifi-Winslow with us this morning. Good morning. I'm looking at your curls and I'm just like, I want.
Thank you so much. Thank you, thank you.
Well, listen, there's an exciting campaign being launched called Trends. You're part of it. What was the best part for you being part of this awesome campaign for TRESemmé?
I have to say the best part of being involved in a campaign like this is being able to reconcile international trends with local girls in a local way.
So you got to choose trends from New York Fashion Week. Which looks did you go for?
So I went with a really dramatic Marie Antoinette-inspired avant-garde hairdo, and that was on the Alice and Olivia runway. It's big, updo, there you go, super fun. And I thought what a challenge it would be to do that with my big curls. So that was my first. And the second was a romantic chignon that came off of the Carolina Herrera runway.
Was it difficult to recreate these looks? Because you've got curly hair.
I have very curly hair. I mean, it's all in the prep. I think if you prep your hair really well, you can achieve anything. And some heat.
And in terms of the TRESemmé products, how did you find they worked for you?
Do you know, I've actually been a consumer of TRESemmé products since I was a teenager. Before I knew about campaigns and being an influencer. So I already had a love for the brand. And when they approached me to do projects like this, I mean, it's easy, it's symbiotic. So I love it.
It comes naturally.
Yeah.
And in terms of those must-haves in your, for you to have as TRESemmé products, which ones would you say is your absolute must?
Oh, I can't pick one. So I really love the Botanique range just because it's aimed at natural hair girls and it gives you really great moisture and nourishment. But because I love the drama and the big afro, I tend to use the beautiful volume range. It's a two-step, well, there's 4 products in the range, but it's a 2-step pre-wash conditioner and then the shampoo. But the must-have in that entire range is the serum. I cannot live without it.
Well, I'm looking at your hair now and I'm like, how did you create that look?
Oh my goodness, you wouldn't believe me if I told you that I literally washed my hair last night with the beautiful volume. I slept in a little wet bun and this morning shook it out and there you go.
Oh, I think that's incredible. And you know what? I can't wait to see the Trends videos. I think it's good for everyone at home. It's going to be so much easier to see how you recreated the looks and how easy it for them can be to recreate different international looks.
Definitely.
What are you looking for to the viewer or the followers from the TRESemmé Trends videos will take from all of this?
First and foremost, that I'm really goofy. I think a lot of people don't know that about me because everything I put out into the world is very structured and serious. So I think that's nice on a personal level to just connect with my viewers. But from a Trends perspective, I think it's really important for me that we foster a culture of representation. And I think for young girls to see international looks being recreated by faces that they recognize, by women of color, it kind of breaks that barrier that that's for them and this is for us. And that's my favorite part about doing a campaign like this in general.
I think so too, and especially embracing what you have and to work with what you have to recreate that look. Well, Kenny, we are looking forward to seeing the Trends videos. You had a lot of fun making it.
Yes,
What
I
was
did.
the highlight for you?
Is it bad if I say the house? No? Oh my goodness, the location was incredible. This beautiful house in Camps Bay, working with such an amazing team who flew all the way from Durban to make this happen. I mean, I just sat there and looked pretty and everyone did the work around me.
Well, we can't wait to see the final product. And thank you so much for joining us this morning. That's Kenny, one of the influencers for the TRESemmé videos. And make sure to tune in over the next 2 weeks to your Feel Good Breakfast show as we went behind the scenes during the making of the TRESemmé videos. And you can also visit the TRESemmé website and social media platforms to find all of the latest hair trends and and their how-to videos. And that's with TRESemmé.
Thank you, Zoe. Right now, we continue our international tour of the most exclusive fashion weeks around, and we turn our attention to the nation that brought us Burberry, Alexander McQueen, and Vivienne Westwood as well. I'm talking about London, front row and centre right now at London Fashion Week with our favourite, Nick Strelitz, and also our other favourite, Ayanda Thabethe, who's joining us. Look at me, I'm in the hot seat, dude.
You're a fashionista.
Look, man, let me tell you this. That's why I rely on this man, Ayanda, you know, to make sure that we are fashionable, because I look good in the clothes. I look really good in the clothes, I'm just saying. But, you know, the knowledge, you know, to convey it. That's your department.
And hers, because this girl knows her stuff.
And look how beautiful you look, yeah.
Thank you.
Stepped off a runway this morning.
Thanks, guys.
So let's talk about London, London Fashion Week. Is there such a thing, Nick, as British fashion? Can you put it into like a bubble?
Not really anymore, because I think with globalization and with information so accessible and inspiration, particularly in fashion, the conversations now are just so much faster, and information is relayed so much faster. So it sort of erodes the sort of national sovereignty of what fashion is. But we've got London, Paris, New York, and Milan are like the big four catwalks. London is like that crazy cousin, like no rules, doesn't do their homework, like very ostentatious and out there. And we see that in the likes of the designers that feature. It's sort of very, very niche brands and doing a lot of crazy, crazy stuff.
Okay, well, that's what it's all about, these fashion weeks. It's all about doing crazy stuff.
Sure is.
Yeah, so let's take a look at some of the standouts. Let's take a look at some of the standouts.
Okay, so there's sort of four main things that I picked up on this season. First is sort of this 80s revival. So it's all about 80s wear. Normally trends come back every 20 to 30 years. That's sort of the general rule. So now we're seeing this huge 80s revival. Lots of graphic tights, lots of neon.
Look at the leggings.
Look at that. Would you rock those leggings?
No.
Yeah, just like, save me.
I'm simple.
Overalls?
You see, no. I don't also like the different patterns in one.
Clashing
what
patterns.
About this?
Yeah.
This is the quintessential stripe. This is a Gareth Pugh.
Love that.
Shoulder pads, blades out to Mars. I mean, this is like a huge thing now for.
Love it.
You would do the shoulder pads.
Yeah, definitely.
The shoulder pads.
Okay.
Next, we've got sort of the fabric of 2018, I think, or the textile rather, corduroy.
I like that.
You like corduroy?
No, I like the look.
Okay.
Yeah, corduroy's good.
Well, corduroy, this is luxe corduroy though, so we're seeing it. This is the corduroy you would wear past 6 p.m. at night. You know, this is like the dark corduroy, the luxe corduroys. So you see a lot of suiting in corduroy.
And I prefer very fitted corduroy. Like it has to really, you know, what's this?
Narrow in.
Yes, narrow in your
almost
body.
Hourglass shape. Yeah,
definitely.
totally. 100%. So corduroy was big. And then we're talking accessories. So accessories for 2018 are not subtle anymore. We're doing ostentatious, quite out there accessories. Also sort of these belting for extra pocket space or extra storage space around your, you need that for all your like, gadgets of it. Sashes, bows. The sash is a big one. And we're seeing that a lot in South African runways as well. There's this nod to sort of heritage and culture with a sash. So we're seeing sort of the British take on it as well.
Okay.
Also, again, lots of the keychains, the colored Converse. It's London Fashion Week is all about color and excess, which I would rock. You love a bow.
Love a bow, but not as many.
7,000 bows.
That's a lot of bows.
A lot of bows, a lot of bow work. And then finally the beauty trends. So there were a few really standout beauty trends that we saw. Again, sort of harping back to 90s. We've got cornrows here for 2018.
Like those are like very at-home cornrows. you can really zhuzh them up now, make them long and different colors.
Statement pony.
Love the pony. It's so classic. You can wear it with anything. You can wear it down, wear it up. Love it.
Yeah, and it's easy to do. I would assume you just need to like rough up the bottom and keep the back.
But you got to smooth it out. You see,
this is interesting. There's matching your sunglasses to your hair.
No.
Maybe this is taking it slightly one step too far. Not my favorite as well, but this just shows you what we're sort of seeing in London and Fashion Week at this season. And then, so we saw this, and then we saw crystal lining in the middle part of people's hair. So big statement jewelry in the earrings, the drop earrings, but then also beaded crystals down the...
I love
That's pretty cool.
I think it's just such a nice way to add a different touch to your hair. It's what you normally do.
Yeah, and money. You need money.
You
for
would actually rock that beautifully.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Money?
No, you need cash for the crystals, girl.
Awesome. Well, Ayanda, thank you very, very much. I see what you mean by crazy and out there. We love it. I love it. You crazy. It's awesome.
That is rude.
That is not rude. It is the truth.
It is the truth.
Next to us at Ayanda Thabethe, giving us a front row and centre look at the London Fashion Week. Thank you once again. Join us next week as we go front row and centre at Milan Fashion Week.
Keep it together, guys. Keep it together. The challenge has been set. You can see the pans are out. It is an omelette challenge. Blake, the champ, is here. Emo Adams is here. Can either of them cook an omelette? I hope so, because I'm going to have to taste after this little showdown is done. Then JAG are going to perform for the victor. We'll see you after the break.
Cause you're my way of life. Oh, 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 oh. Can't forget how you looked when we fell in love the first time. Oh, stay beside me. Say you'll never leave me. How I love you. How I love you, how I need you, please believe me. In your arms I found my heavens, and your lips have done their part. Won't you give a little love this time? Hold me in your loving arms this time. Oh, how I need you here today, 'cause yesterday
Yeah, it's okay.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back. You're live with Expresso, and of course we are loving having Emo Adams in the house, and he's brought some friends with him today, and we are so proud to present them once again. It's JAG with a very special Tilly Peterson and Zane Adams tribute.
Wonder how you are. I love you. Oh, how I miss you. 'Cause you're my way of life. Can't forget how you looked when we fell in love the first time. Stay beside me, say you'll never leave me. How I love you, how I love you, how I need you. Please believe me. In your arms I found my heavens, and your lips have done their part. Won't you give a little love this time? Hold me in your loving arms this time.
Oh, how I need you here today, 'cause yesterday is gone.
I know you're seated, but take a little bath, please. Just a little bath, gentlemen. Oh, guys, so good to have you here. So good to see you performing together again. Nu, maybe I can put that to you. How cool is it being on stage with these boys, reuniting in this way? Does it feel like you ever stopped doing what you do?
No, it's like you know, we did this started at a very young age, and we've been together for so many years. And even though we had a long break, being back together with them, it's like we've never left, because everything just started over again. It's like there was no break, because when we start singing, I know. But when we start singing together, it's like we did it. We only started yesterday. It's like just fresh and, you know, revived again. So,
Lukeman, are you better musicians now?
Yeah, I think we're much more experienced now. We understand each other's vibe. And like you said, it's nice just being together again. Obviously, we miss Suri. Suri's still in Miami. He'll be in about 2 weeks. And we had to say a shout out to Suri. Suri's probably watching online.
Watching online, yeah.
Yeah, so, and it's going to be fun. I mean, it's going to be a jewel. There's so many people that we're performing with. Darren Lam is going to be on stage. Yemel Biasam. There's a guy called Katlejo that does Expresso.
Yeah, we know. Sounds familiar.
He's familiar. He's going to be,
I'll look him up online. I'll look him up online.
And then we're performing with my dad, which is quite weird.
That was a bit of a nervous laugh there.
Yeah.
I won't lie. Oh, dude. We're going to get all the details of the show. Great to have you guys in studio.
Thanks so much,
Such gentlemen above everything else, and so talented. You can let us know what you thought of that little tribute performance. Hit us up on all of our social media platforms.
Baie dankie Graham. Dis nou 8uur. Kom ons kyk vir 'n laaste keer na jou nuushooftrekke op jou Goed Voel ontbytprogram. Dis 'n donderdagoggend in jou nasionale nuus. Die minister van Finansies, Malusi Gigaba, het as deel van sy 2018 begrotingsrede 'n verhoging van 1% in BTW aangekondig, as ook 'n besnoeiing van R85 biljoen aan 'n regeringsbesteding oor die volgende 3 jaar. Daarbenewens is die brandstofheffing met 52 sent per liter verhoog. R6 biljoen is vir droogtehulp beskikbaar gestel en R57 biljoen sal aan gratis onderwys bestee word. Die minister het gesê ondanks 'n moeilike besluite was die begroting nogtans 'n taai maar hoopvolle een. En dan 'n groep werkers van die Nasionale Studente Finansiële Hulpskema wat om hoër lone en ander verbeteringe staak, dreig om die stakingsaksie uit te brei indien daar nie aan hulle eise gehoor gegee word nie. Benewens verhoogde minimumlone eis hulle ook bevordering van skoonmakers, mediese bystand vir ouers van werknemers en permanente indiensneming van kontrakwerkers. Hulle staking raak duisende studente wat op die oomblik wag op die toekenning van studente toelaas. In jou internasionale nuus vanoggend, oorlewendes van die skietvoorval in 'n skool in Florida in die VSA waarin 17 leerders omgekom het na die deelstaat se hoofstad opgeruk om te betoog dat wetgewers strenger wapenbeheer moet instel. Sowat 100 leerders het in Tallahassee aangekom waar hulle beplan om by die goewerneurswoning te betoog en gesprekke met wetgewers te voer. Dit is die eerste betoging vir verbeterde wapenbeheer wat in Amerika deur jeugdiges gelei word sedert die dodelike aanval op die skool in die deelstaat Florida. En ten slotte die Wêreldgesondheidsorganisasie sê gevalle van masels in Europa het verlede jaar met 400% gestyg. Dit het groot kommer laat ontstaan oor die lae vlak van immunisasie in Europa teen die siekte. Die WHO meld dat daar in 2017 in Europa meer as 21.000 gevalle van masels was, 35 was noodlottig. In 2016 was daar net 5.273 gevalle. Die meeste gevalle het in Griekenland voorgekom, naamlik 967. In Duitsland was daar 927 gevalle en in Servië 702. En daarmee jou nuushooftrekke vir jou donderdagoggend op jou Goedvoel ontbytprogram.
Let's kick it off with cricket this morning and the good news. First, the Proteas returned to winning ways last night as they pulled off a 6-wicket victory over India in Pretoria to tie the T20 series up at 1 apiece. After India posted 188 for 4 in their allotted 20, Proteas captain JP Durmani, ably aided by Henrik Klaasen, they finished not out with half centuries, or at least JP did, and that helped his side reach the winning target with 8 balls to spare, 2 sixes thrown into that final over. With the series tied at 1-1, the winner will be decided this Saturday when the final match takes place at Newlands. Then staying with cricket, sadly the Proteas ladies had to settle for a no result in their T20 match against India yesterday as it was abandoned due to rain earlier in the day. With the 5-match series now sitting at 2-1 to India, the called off game really does serve as a blow to the South African side who were on a solid 130 for 3 when the rain stopped play. With a no result yesterday, the Proteas women will only be able to draw the series now when that final match takes place, also in Cape Town on Saturday. Then on to football. Locally, Mamelodi Sundowns missed out on a golden opportunity to go 7 points clear at the top of the PSL table last night as they were held to a 1-1 draw against Free State Stars. After Percy Tau, definitely the man of the moment in the PSL, he put Sundowns ahead within the first 5 minutes of the game. Free State Stars pulled level through a Sibalele Mthembu goal, which saw the points shared at Loftus last night. The next PSL fixture to look out for takes place tomorrow, and that's Maritzburg United up against Platinum Stars. Then on a slightly grander stage, Man United and Sevilla couldn't be separated in the Champions League last night as their first leg round of 16 match ended as a goalless draw. Now, despite holding 57% possession and having 19 more shots at goal, Sevilla couldn't find a way through, which leaves the teams all square as they head to England now for the second leg tie. Also in action last night, Shakhtar Donetsk, they beat Roma by 2-1. And that's a wrap of your sport for this Thursday morning.
Well, let's take one final look at the road, starting off in Gauteng and Sandton. On the M1 northbound, there's a stationary vehicle. It's before the Grayson Drive exit. Then in Boysons, there's been an accident on the M1 northbound near the Boysons Road exit. And in the Western Cape and Bellville, there's been another accident on the N1 inbound. This time after Jip de Jager Drive, all lanes are currently open. However, you can expect delays. And that's where we leave your traffic for this morning.
Right, let's quickly take a look at your weather very quickly. We can see right now there's a beautiful shot of some whales just out front of our studio. We're in Sea Point at the moment. Absolutely beautiful. And with that, let's get into your weather very quickly. And cooler conditions are expected for Gauteng and the northeastern region, while the rest of the country can still experience very hot temperatures ranging between the high 20s and even into the 30s for some areas. Polokwane starting off on a minimum of 17, reaching a high of 21. Mbombela 19, 25. Pretoria 14 and a mild 24. Johannesburg 13.22, Mahikeng 14.26, Klerksdorp on 14 as well, minimum reaching a high of 24 degrees, Kimberley 16.33, Bloemfontein 15.30, Richards Bay 20, minimum with a maximum 29, Pietermaritzburg 17.28, Durban 22 and a high of 28, Mthatha 15.27, East London 22 and a high of 26 degrees, Cradock 19 and 34 degrees, Port Elizabeth 20.26, George 18.26, Sutherland 13 13 with a maximum 33. Cape Town 18.28. Worcester 14.38. Springbok 14.34. And Uppington also very hot, 21 minimum with a maximum 37 degrees. And that's where we leave your weather on your Thursday morning.
Well, time for us to now connect with you on social media. We are celebrating with Emo Adams as he celebrates 30 years of being in the music industry. He's brought JAG along with him, and we've asked you, what did you think of their performance? Everyone is loving it. We have one coming through from Florence saying, please upload the video. I'm at work already. Don't worry, Florence. That will be up on YouTube pretty soon. Sibusiso says, oh, lekker ding, Emo. Expresso, you got me all emo. Always awesome seeing JAG perform. Hashtag Emo City. Neil says, where Mr. Adams, how's it? What a performance. You rock, my bro. Go, Mr. Adams. And of course, if you would love to continue to connect with us, head on over to our social media pages with that hashtag Expresso Show.
All right, so we are in the kitchen. Blake, the champ, is going to have to prove those credentials, okay? Sorry, I'm this close to sexy, man. It's like, oh, I get so excited. He is Cosmo's sexiest man.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Now I'm kind of hidden in a cube of sexiness here because you've got Emo Adams this side, 30 years in the industry.
Thanks.
So you started when you were like 1 year old, basically, is what you were saying. Okay. I'm close to that event horizon as well, but the one thing is I can actually cook an omelette, all right?
Yeah.
Can you guys cook an omelette?
Listen, I don't want to lie, but my nickname at school was Aya. So no, I
He was
can't.
juggling the eggs just before this guy. So gents, this is how it goes. You've got a limited amount of time, just 2 minutes, to cook an omelette that I will then have to taste to decide who our omelette champion is.
Cool.
Don't waste any time, guys. It must be edible, okay? It must look like an omelette, please. It's not scrambled eggs,
Right.
all right? We can't break little bits of Vienna in there either for our kids. This is just a straight down the line omelette. Gents,
okay.
Are you ready? You've got milk to use or not use. It's completely up to you.
Yeah.
But guys, spatula in hand, egg in hand, are you ready to rock and roll?
We are ready to go. Let's do this. Are you ready, bro?
Yeah.
Best man win.
Let's go. Man.
The best man is gonna win.
That's
because I did one.
Ooh, I love it. That's
I
what
said
I was waiting for. Smack talk. Smack talk. All right, gents, in 3, 2, 1, start your omelets.
Here we go. Okay, so it's very important to take the ear and you tell us the ear.
As expected, Emo is going to do his own commentating this morning.
Very
He's already
easy.
whisking. Blake is falling a little bit behind.
You must
He's
always cluster
making little
ear.
egg sculptures there with his empty yolks.
A lot of people.
I see now why your nickname was Aya, my friend.
A lot of people first throw the milk in. You shouldn't do that. Well, you first cluster ear for the yolk to go.
Did you say clit?
Yeah, you know what I mean?
It's an English term. Okay, so we've gone with a little bit of a milk vibe there. He's also adding the milk. Okay.
Well, I double your milk with more milk.
Whoa. Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Double up, you say.
It's on the stove.
You want it to be
You've
thin.
got your
You want
heat,
it to be
guys.
thin.
How are we doing time-wise?
We're doing good.
We're on 45 seconds. Oh, no oil. He's just going in cold.
You know, sometimes you need to because I'm a vegan. I'm oil-free. Because my skin is already oily.
Look,
so
he's going for a good viscosity.
Yes.
I don't think that's the official term. Is there anything? Come on.
I do think it's an official term, though. You know.
Here we go. Come on.
Okay, here we go.
Keep that heat.
You see how I just batter the?
Oh, I might be able to.
I see. That was a good one there, Blake.
Thank you, sir.
I like how you did your ear.
Thank you.
Come on.
Thank you, Aya.
I'm gonna still have to taste it after this.
Oh my goodness! Oh, you're tasting it.
Oh,
okay.
Come on.
Well, there you go. And I seconds your one was more.
Salt in half. 3, 2, 1, and.
This one is looking better. I'm not gonna lie.
Gentlemen, plate it up.
Okay. Plate it up. The stove is off, man. How do I lighter? Blowtorch. This is like the Master Chef's final.
I'm preparing my pallets. Do what you can.
But why is this thing so funny? Why is it?
He's fast. He does everything fast. It might have been the extra sexiness.
Yeah, I hear you.
Radiating
because he's
from
hot. I like the reference because he's hot. So he's at your back. Okay.
I thought air was a reference to the smell, but I didn't. I now understand the nickname. Plates up, boys. I'm trying to pass
this thing is not okay.
as much
It's
as
taking
possible.
too long. So what we do in the food world, we just
in all your experience,
we just do the best of what we can. This guy is okay. He's next level.
Just do
okay,
it,
you know
boys.
what?
Just do it, man. I'm gonna have to
you know what? I'm just gonna.
Okay, and okay, there we go. At least it looks like an omelette.
Yeah.
Did you add milk to yours?
Yeah, you see, it's because he added 3.5 liters
Was I supposed to,
of milk. Okay, but it's fun. We learn on the show live in front of 2 million people.
I like scrambled eggs anyway, so hashtag scramble.
Okay, well, I'm going to do you the courtesy of... There it is.
Presentation is
tasting. Thank you very much. I
This
like
is-
your flair. I'm going to go for what
This is on
looks
12,
like...
mine is on 7. That is so nine.
That's a blatant lie. Okay, let me just taste it because I'm a gentleman. It's hot, but it's lovely. And then...
I think they should have called you scramble. Oh, yeah, it's cool, Mabri. Emo, talk to me.
A bit of food theatre.
Sometimes I like you to see where it stems from.
Well, I think we can safely say we have a clear winner for our omelette challenge.
No,
this morning.
buddy. First taste it, buddy. First
What
taste
we
it.
call al
Come on,
dente.
Get it right.
Has
Okay.
al dente ever
Guys,
been
focus.
applied
Sit
to
close to the
egg?
TV right now. Okay, here we go. Changed your life. I changed your life now.
Lovely. I can just feel my body fat percentage just dropping as I eat that. Guys, well done, first of all, for
Thank
that.
you.
Ladies and gentlemen, can you please put your hands together for our reigning omelette challenge champion? Not Emo Adams, it is Blake the Camp. He has proven it. I'm sorry, man. You were good, kid. You were real good. We're going to take the quickest of ad breaks while I recover quickly. We'll see you on the other side.
Redo.
Get a taste of the smooth island life and win big with Tropica Island of Treasure Maldives. Buy a Tropica, follow the entry details on the pack, and you could win daily airtime prizes, American Tourista luggage for your next adventure, vouchers from loot.co.za to shop the hot daily deals online, and the grand prize of a Kia Picanto. For competition T's and C's, visit tropica.co.za. And don't forget to watch Tropica Island of Treasure Maldives every Monday at 7:30 p.m. on SABC3.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Let that weird music transport you. It's time to enter the final frontier. So yesterday we reported on the incredible news that NASA's Opportunity Rover has just celebrated 5,000 days on Mars. Are those Mars days or Earth days? We'll find out. Martian days, actually. And to mark the occasion, the little robot sent back its first full-body selfie, believe it or not. Today, as we head into the final frontier, we're going to unpack what the rover has achieved in its incredible 14-year stint on the little red planet. Now, standing in for our regular astronomer, we have the awesome Dr. Imogen Whittman in studio. She is a postdoctoral fellow at UWC. Very impressive title. Very impressive job. It's so cool, I would imagine, to be working in your field right now. When I talk about Martian days, obviously they are slightly, 40 minutes, in fact, longer than Earth days. How did we figure this all out?
Well, astronomers first measured the length of a Martian day in the 17th century.
Oh.
Yeah, by looking at dark patches on Mars's surface and recording how long it took to rotate through 360 degrees. So we've actually been studying Mars for a really long time.
Understandably so, and it has such a deep connection to our culture as well, obviously from classical culture right the way through the ages. We absolutely love that, but it's taken on a new relevance with the idea of actually landing on Mars, now sending humans to Mars. But there has been a little figure named Opportunity that's been there from the very beginning. It was only, is this correct, that it was only meant to last 14 days, and we are now 14 years down the line?
So the original mission length was 90 Martian days. And in fact, it was thought that the rover wouldn't survive the first Martian winter. But as we've seen, it's now been operating for 5,000 Martian days, which is incredible. I mean, this is a combination of the fact that the rover was very well built,
clearly,
and a little bit of luck that nothing's broken, but also the fact that it's solar powered. So as long as the Earth's sunlight is able to hit the solar panels, it still has power to move around, communicate with Earth, and all that sort of stuff. And in fact, there have been some problems with dust building up on the surface of the solar panels, but luckily, wind in Mars's atmosphere has blown the dust off to keep the solar panels
really
clean.
was the perfect tool to use in this context. And obviously, I mean, a lot of conspiracy theorists out there are looking for the photos that we haven't been shown, but we, of course, have been shown a number of incredible photos. What has been the most relevant or the most impressive, from your perspective, discoveries related to this incredible piece of technology?
So the rover's been operating continuously for the 5,000 Martian days that it's been on the planet, and has sent back a huge amount of data for scientists here on Earth to analyze, including over 225,000 images, some of these remarkable images that you can see here. And there have been a large number of discoveries. Perhaps the most exciting is in 2011, it found mineral veins in rocks on Mars's surface, which are the clearest sign yet that there was once flowing water on the surface of Mars. And of course, that's exciting because we think that water is key for life as we know it to exist. So,
do you think, in your heart, you know, and you can really let this be an emotional thought process as much as a scientific one, do you think we will discover signs of life, possibly bacteria? How do you think that will happen on Mars?
Well, the Opportunity rover has shown that in the past, conditions on Mars were such that they would have been hospitable to life. But of course, that doesn't mean that life necessarily existed. And whether or not we find life, that's the billion-dollar question. And I mean, so the Opportunity rover in the past 14 years has traveled 45 kilometers. So that's about the distance from here in Cape Town to Stellenbosch. Which is a long way for a tiny rover on a distant planet.
That's self-powered,
But actually, it's only explored a tiny fraction of Mars's surface. So who knows what we might find on the rest of the planet.
And in those photos, we haven't been shown yet.
Well, and of course, if things go to plan, then in the not too distant future, perhaps we'll have humans on Mars, and that's a whole new era for studying Mars.
There will be life on Mars, and we'll put it there. I absolutely love that. Doctor, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for having
me. It blows my
me.
mind what we have achieved already, and we've only just begun to scratch the Martian surface in this case.
Well, from out of space news to a little closer to home, time for us to now take a look at some environmental news. And this past week, Indonesia saw one of the worst volcanic eruptions in history from Mount Sinabung in the island of Sumatra. And as you can see from images that we're going to show on the screen now, is that people have been warned to evacuate 7-kilometer radius. And that is also, as you can see, the ash went up 7 kilometers into the sky. And the scary thing is that ash was found on houses and crops as far as 260 kilometers away from the eruption. Luckily, there were no casualties, but this is the third time the volcano has erupted since 2010. So that's just some environmental news, but look at these images. It's unbelievable.
That is crazy, and you just get a sense of the power of nature with some of these things, eh?
And if you go on Twitter and you use the hashtag Mount Sinabong, you can go and see some of the videos, the photos that people have been posting. There are some ones where kids are running away because I don't think they can comprehend what's going on. But there's beauty in the disaster.
Absolutely, absolutely. Now, moving even a little bit more closer to home right now, on Monday, the Department of Agriculture reported that the highly pathogenic H5N8 avian flu had been detected in penguins at sites along the Western Cape coastline. Now, because penguins are a protected species, protocols were quickly put into place to treat the birds and to stop the spread. And it's been 3 days. And to get a bit of a realistic understanding of what the situation is at the moment, we have clinical veterinarian at SANCOB, Dr. David Roberts on the line. Dr. David, good morning.
Good morning. Hello to everyone there.
Thank you very much for joining us this morning. This is quite sad news. I know, because our penguins, I mean, they are a national treasure of ours as well. How did it manage to spread to our penguins? And I mean, what damage can this cause if not controlled?
Well, the penguins always associate with other seabirds, so and other birds flying in and out of the colonies. Okay. So it's quite simple for a sick bird to fly into the colonies and to spread it, and unfortunately that's probably what happened.
Yeah. So what is currently being put in place in a situation like this? What are you guys doing?
So at the moment we don't have a major outbreak. Okay. We've had fewer than 10 confirmed cases. So the policies that are being put in place are mainly monitoring. All the people who are working in the colonies are really looking out for any change of behavior, any signs of sick birds. So there's that monitoring, and then we're trying to reduce the chance of people spreading the disease between colonies or to the birds. And so we're reducing the number of people that go into the colonies and just reducing that human traffic.
It's a difficult one to manage, especially when it comes to the birds. I mean, especially with the birds that are out in the ocean. Of course, you're at SANCOB doing phenomenal work. But you mentioned that it's not yet a major concern. But is this a concern, or will our penguins or the coastal bird population be okay with regards to the bird flu?
So we know that the African penguin is an endangered species, and it's under threat from all sorts of different sides, and the population is very low at the moment. So anything else that can affect the population is a worry to us, and we are concerned. But at this point, we don't think there's a major problem with the flu, but we do have to monitor to find out how it progresses in the next few days.
Absolutely. Thank you very much, David, for joining us, and also thank you for you and your entire team at SANCOB doing phenomenal work.
Thank you.
That's it. That's David Roberts on the line from SANCOB, just talking about sad news, man. Yeah, the avian flu. I mean, it was a huge pandemic, all across the country as well. And yeah, we need to look after our penguins, Zoe.
We do. They are so cute, but it seems like SANCOB's got it all under control. So that was our environmental update for you on this Thursday morning.
Oh, we've got Nick and Ayanda. Please do it one more time. Boom. We're going to talk Wakandan fashion in just a moment. And then, of course, Dr. John Carney chats to JP Sebastian about this incredible movie. What a milestone. We'll see you after the break.
welcome back to your Feel Good Breakfast Show. Now, yesterday we brought you JP's interview with Black Panther actress Connie Chiume. Tomorrow we'll share his first time with Danai Gurira and Oscar winner Lupita Nyong'o. But now let's hear from JP with fallen Wakandian king and Black Panther T'Chaka, or as we know him in South Africa, Dr. John Kani.
I'm going to get right. I feel like I owe you a grandiloquent entrance, so I shall say, Wakanda has vibranium. South Africa's national treasure is Dr. John Kani.
Thank you.
I'm going to get right into the meat and the potatoes of Black Panther. Thank you so much for having me. It's an honest honor.
Thank you.
One of the greatest reports I got last night when we were walking out of the cinema is a girl said that she cried during a superhero movie, and this never happened before. And I said, was that Dr. John Kani's scenes? And she just sniffed. So please tell us, like, if you can, without spoiling too much, what is this? It seems like there's a difference in leadership styles between former King T'Chaka and new King T'Challa. What can we expect there?
Always the founder of a nation, the founder of a liberation movement, becomes the president or the king of the tribe. They then establish rules, they establish discipline, and they're quite hard in putting the people together to create a strong nation. When a son or the next king or the next president comes in, they then have a kind of, I'm going to be a little nicer to my people, I'm going to be a little more democratic. When you start a nation, this is what once Mandela said, he says, you need to be a benevolent despot. That's the difference between King T'Chaka and my son, King T'Challa. His father was ruthless. At all costs, he maintained the integrity, the secrecy, and the power of Wakanda. But the son was thinking more, I'm from school. You know, what we expected, for instance, with the King Swati, when the old man died, we expected the young man that he would open up a little bit, relax, and that happens a lot in Africa. So that would be the difference.
You get to decide what kind of king you are going to be.
And I think that's actually quite a human story for the difficulty of nation building and then violent histories and whatnot. So on, I suppose, a lighter note, and speaking of home and whatnot, you gave me an Oscar winner, Lupita Nyong'o, saying, "Ish." In Black Panther, you gave me Danai Gurira saying, she said, Aisuka. And there are whole tracts of Xhosa dialogue in Black Panther. How?
Well, when I was shooting Captain America Civil War, there was a scene between me and Chadwick, whereas after Scarlett Johansson leaves and someone leaves and I'm standing there, I'm supposed not to talk to my son, and I say, I miss you, my son. I haven't seen you for a very long time. And then I asked the director, why am I speaking English to my son? We're both from Wakanda. And they say, what would you say? And I said, I would say in my isiXhosa language, everybody said, that's it. From that point onwards, we adopted isiXhosa as the official indigenous language of Wakanda. I say indigenous because they also speak English predominantly, like we all do in this country. But what surprised me beautifully, when I said to Chadwick, he said, I said, where did you learn that? Because he got the X-click perfect. He says he worked in Cape Town with the crew, and the people there gave him a Xhosa name. They gave him as an honor, and for his kindness and humanity, they called him Xolisi. So he has been practicing his own name. So that started. So when we did the Black Panther, it continued. The director, Ryan Coogler, and the producers felt that we should continue with this. To me, it's an incredible honor to have an American blockbuster in the comic book industry, and you get those few words and wonderful vignettes somewhere there, like a little salt and a little pepper there of isiXhosa. And the audience last night took it in like, yes, it's our language. Even if you don't speak Swahili, you don't speak Nyanja, you don't speak Zulu, you don't speak any other, as long as it's African resonance, you identify immediately.
And I think that's only going to dawn on me in future. I need to rewatch this movie 5 more times to know. You can't understate how important that feeling is. But Dr. John Kani, I feel like I've run my course here, and I feel like I've still got a lot more to experience from you, from future projects, future movies, and please keep flying the flag for marginalized peoples. and marginalized tongues everywhere.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, sir. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
Oh, what an incredible movie, and I think it's easy to say that Black Panther is definitely the blockbuster at the moment, and everyone is talking about it, and so much that at the most recent premiere in Johannesburg, I think it's easy to say we saw the Wakanda swag everywhere on the red carpet, and I think it was for us a reminder that fashion steeped in all things Africa, it is definitely here to stay. And to give us the red carpet rundown, we have our fashion editor, Nick Strelitz, and the beautiful Ayanda Thabethe is still with us, and we are talking all things Wakanda fashion. Wakanda. Yes, I love that.
That's my contribution. We did the handshake.
Oh, y'all did the
we just
handshake.
YouTubed it, so
Okay.
this is current, y'all.
Yeah, very
This is
interesting.
right now.
Nick, what has the international sphere been thinking of the fashion?
It's incredible, Zoe, and it's so nice to spotlight African-centric fashion. What this movie has done is to bring international attention to the way Africa interprets fashion and the heritage and the culture. So we're seeing things like, even in New York, so last week, that a whole presentation devoted to Wakanda fashion in the movie. We can see here as well, these beautiful images as well. We have huge stars attending as well, Lupita Nyong'o. Big recognition of what African fashion means, what it means to Africa, and spreading that message overseas. It's incredible. New York Fashion Week.
What I love is just that it's African fashion, it's just that it's on a world map now. Because this is how we dress. We're bold, we're beautiful, we're colorful, and it's just shown now on Black Panther, which is lovely.
Huge.
I like that. I mean, if we think back to the Met, this was us at the Met,
Exactly,
pretty much.
yeah.
But what do you think that means for, for South Africa or Africa as a whole in terms of the fashion industry?
I mean, huge things. I mean, that influence is going to be super far-reaching, and I think we'll see that in the next years to come. Obviously, with the Johannesburg premiere, we saw, again, that fashion being appropriated by South Africans. So we had the big international stars, we had Lupita, we had the big guns coming from America to South Africa. We also had local South African celebrities showing their Wakandian, can I say Wakandian,
fashion.
Showing their interpretation. So it's just this cross-cultural sort of spread of fashion and in an African context. It's incredible.
I really love that.
Yeah.
Now, I know that you love a best and a worst dressed list.
Oh,
so
who told you?
Should we take a look at what we saw on the red carpet? Do you want to
Yes.
talk us through the look? So the first one we have is Tembisa Mdoda.
I'm keeping it all nice today because there really is. I mean, how can you can't say anything bad about these incredible women. Like Tembisa here, I mean, just showing this interpretation of what kind of fashion means to her, and like.
And this is completely a Xhosa look, hey? And she's a Xhosa woman,
She's
so
a Xhosa
she's
lady,
just
me butchering her.
representing.
Yes,
Yes.
Xhosa lady. We have Connie as well, and John Connor, obviously the big stars of the movie, with Lupita as well hanging out. Again, lots of like these blue notes, lots of this beading as well. But it's also about local interpretation, their own culture's fashion sense, and what that means in a red carpet atmosphere.
But also, capturing a little bit of your own personality with that, bringing that through. Do we have more images?
This is Danai Gurira, so she's obviously in the movie as well. It's so nice to have American stars come to South Africa and like, do you know what I mean? In Johannesburg.
And our fashion.
Yes.
And look good in it.
And look great in it as well. There again, Ayanda Thabethe was there.
Yes, and Lyra as well.
And Lyra as well. No relation to this girl.
Yeah, no, we're not related. We just have the same surname. But they look beautiful. I mean, how beautiful does Lupita look?
Lupita's shutting it down.
Whoever's dressing Lupita lately has got the thing to the T.
Thank you, girl.
And she's doing some incredible things. I saw on Instagram she revealed this morning that she will be playing in a small film adaptation of Trevor Noah's book, Born a Crime.
Yeah.
She's going to play his mom. So some exciting things to come for her.
Thank
Thank you so much for joining us this morning.
Thank
Talk fashion. Ayanda, it's always great having you on Expresso.
Thank you.
And Nick, we'll see you again tomorrow.
See you tomorrow.
There we go.
Bright and early.
Oh man, awesome. How gorgeous is Ayanda? I'm sorry, you're just the most gorgeous thing on this planet, man. Just take a moment, man. Nick, you're gorgeous as well.
Yeah,
man.
dude,
You're
don't
gorgeous
worry,
as well.
man.
Well, speaking of gorgeous things, let's turn our attention to design at the moment. Each year, Design Indaba engages South Africans with the question of what establishes beauty. And while some may think of beauty as an aspect of personal taste, maybe, and others know it on sight, beauty becomes far more profound when attributes such as cultural significance, artisanal craft, sustainability, or even a sense of humor are thrown into the mix. I love that.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Now, 10 prominent South African figures, from entrepreneurs and artists to designers and authors, have each chosen something that they feel is deserving of this title. And in the end, the public chooses one of the 10 via an online voting system. Now, previous winners include Nkuli Mlengani's Sankara rug, Ladum Kokolo, and Matkosa's shawl, and also Mark Thomas and Henry Fagan's boomslang in Kirstenbosch. So let's quickly take a look at this year's 10 nominated items.
I mean, and it really is impressive the way that they've put this together. So let's start with Brogues and High Tops, nominated by Sylvester Chokwe and designed by Joburg-based accessory designer Maria Mccloy. And then we move on to fashion designer Stefania Morland, who nominated Path of the Upright as most beautiful object. And this fabric-based wall installation was designed and created by young sculptor Igshan Adams.
Yes, and then nominated by creative director Trevor Stuurman, the Mvelo desk created by Pinder Furniture was inspired by the way that people become married to their careers and the amount of time spent behind the desk. So that's a very good one as well. And then Aidan Bennett says this: merging contrasting elements of African and Western culture can yield beautiful results. And that's straight out of the mouth of Aidan. We love Aidan as well, who has nominated the Mighty Ndebele and a handmade sculpture by South African artist Justine Mahoney.
Then we move on to Tsebelani skirts worn by Tsonga woman, inspired to be some Jaws Tutu 2.0 light. And this light, nominated by entrepreneur Tato Nkatane, is now installed in restaurants all over the world.
Wow, man.
It's awesome. Then conceptual performance artist and production company Dia Rabane was nominated by advertising executive Neo Mashiro as a creative collective who aims to set new trade standards.
Absolutely. And then we move on to the Girl Seeks Girl dress. It was the centerpiece of Tebe Magugu's collection, which was an exploration of the expectations placed on women. Now, stylist Asanda Sizani nominated this unique dress. And then author Albi Sachs uses the business card as a greeting, a conversation starter, even an icebreaker. And it carries a direct association with the person that he is and that he wants to communicate. Now, that's the reason for him nominating Carolyn Parton's design for his business card.
That's so cool, man. And then Philanderer. It's a brooch designed by Corinne Terre-Blanche and nominated by artist Claudette Schroeders. It exemplifies that jewelry can also be critical and carry a narrative all on its own. And then finally, Seesaw Do had to reimagine and redesign the library space inside Q-Town Primary. Performance artist Julia Anastopoulos, or better known as Suzelle DIY, saw the beauty in this project and nominated it as most beautiful object of the year. So such a broad, diverse mix.
It's going to be a tough choice, man. It's going to be a tough choice like it is every year. But what do you think is the most beautiful object of the year? You can go cast your vote through the Design Indaba website, and you can also join the conversation online using the hashtag MBOISA 2018, or you can just go and pay them a visit at the annual Design Indaba Festival taking place at the Artscape Theatre until the 23rd of February.
Well, thank you for that, gents. And I know you spoke about the most beautiful object in essay from the Design Indaba. And we have one of the nominees here. Maria Mccloy joins us in studio as we chat about her beautiful designs after the break. And don't go anywhere. JP Sebastian's still with us as we talk movies. We'll see you in just a bit. It's my feel-good breakfast show. Welcome back. This is your Feel Good Breakfast Show, and we promised you it would be a quick break. And as we continue our chats around the Design Indaba, a name for you to remember is Maria Mccloy. She's a fashion influencer, publicist, and designer based in Johannesburg, and she infuses African inspirations into her fashion practice and regularly collaborates with other African creatives. She's inspired by all things local and everyday life, from beaders to bag makers and jewelry creators all over the world. However, it is the African continent's wealth of colors and richness in textiles that moved Maria Mccloy to design the brogues and high tops, which have been nominated by Sylvester Chauke for most beautiful object in South Africa. And Maria joins us this morning to chat about the nomination and what really beauty means to her. Maria, it's good to have you here.
Nice to be here. Nice intro. Thank you.
Thank you for that. Well, it's all you. What is the nomination, you know, having your high tops and brogues nominated? What does that mean for you?
It's a major, major deal. I think anyone in style and fashion design looks up to the Design Indaba over many years. You know, I would aspire to be in the, you know, selling there or going there. It always seemed something so far away, and so we would always look at from far all the amazing speakers. And I have been attending at the Artscape Theatre this week, and there's a wide array of creators from all over Africa, all over the world. So to have my name mentioned at such an occasion is a big deal for me, and to be nominated amongst people I really look up to in South African fashion and design, it's a big deal for me. I consider it like it's affirming.
Well, you know what, it's rightly so. I mean, look at your designs, it's absolutely beautiful. Where do you draw your inspiration from?
My inspiration is this continent, you know, and I mean, it delights me to see the sort of Wakanda fever happening that you were just speaking about, going to the movies and seeing everyone wearing African-inspired clothes and all of that. That's wonderful. My whole thing is, let's take it further. Let's do it every day. I want to look around me, look at you, look at me, look at the guys in studio, look at our architecture, look at us, our science, look at our street style, and look like ourselves, because what we have is amazing and we don't know it. It takes something like Black Panther to happen. We see our blankets, we see our cloth, we see our scenery, and we're like, hey, wait a minute, we're amazing, and people are making money out of this. We shouldn't be the last to know. So with my brand, my shoes, my necklaces, my clutches, I want people to wear something African every day, so people land in South Africa and know where they are.
And you make it easy to do that through your pieces. And what was it for you that, you know, made you become an accessory designer and to create these beautiful pieces?
Well, I think I was born into accessories. You know, my parents, my mom was like, because my mom is from Lesotho and my dad is English, and the shoe, this brogue that's nominated, touches me because it's my culture. It's Lesotho culture on a shoe. And also the wax print sneaker. Everyone in the continent relates to wax print, whether you call it Chitenge in Malawi or Kapulana in Mozambique or Ankara in Nigeria. We all see this cloth and we think of Africa. And I think you want to wear your trainer looking stylish, or you know, you want to be at Fashion Week or at street style in the club, at church, you can wear my shoes, and that's important to me. So it's all about Africa, but you want to wear it every day.
You want to wear it every day. I like that. And also, you know what, you were nominated, your high tops and brogues have been nominated in the most beautiful object in SA at the Design Indaba. What is your definition of beauty? How would you define beauty?
Beauty, I mean, you just see it and it, you know, it pleases your eyes, it pleases your soul, speaks to your heart. It's a feeling. You can't argue with someone else's definition of beauty. If I don't win, I don't even see it as winning, because I think all the nominees are so amazing. And the philosophy, it's part of my philosophy anyway. There's amazing dresses, there's desks, there's carpets, there's sculptures. And I'm like, it all looks amazing. It's all African, we're all different, and it's part of sort of my vision. So I'm just happy to be there. If I win, great. If I don't, I won anyway.
You did win anyway. And for those young aspiring designers out there, how would you encourage them?
I would say just do it, you know. I started in 2007. Like you said, I come from a journalism, TV production and publicity background, and I started selling in a flea market because when I was at home in Lesotho, I met a guy and I started collaborating with him on earrings for myself, got back to Joburg, and all my peers in fashion and media and famous artists wanted the earrings, and I just started selling in a flea market in 2007, you know, once a month. Then I started selling once a week. Then I find myself in Woolworths. Now I'm here nominated at the Design Indaba, you know, so just keep at it. Don't wait to have big money or big funding, or you just use what you have right now and just go for it.
And just go for it. Well, Maria, thank you so much for joining us and sharing your inspirational story and journey and beautiful pieces. And this annual search, really, it gets us thinking about the nation of beauty, especially when it comes to design. Now, what do you think is the most beautiful object this year? Well, you can cast your vote through the Design Indaba website and join the conversation online using that hashtag MBOISA2018, or go pay them a visit at the annual Design Indaba Festival taking place at the Artscape Theatre until tomorrow, the 23rd of February.
Oh, man, I'm loving catching up with JP. It's an awesome time to be a movie critic, I would imagine, at the moment, man. Really exciting. So in between all of the Oscar Best Picture nominees, so we've got some wartime leaders, political espionage, we've got misunderstood fishmen, Messerschmitt's BF 109s. Then you enter the sugary sweet Lady Bird, making all kinds of waves against some pretty heavy hitters in the Oscar run. And it's also earned Saoirse Ronan the nomination for leading this coming-of-age story portraying her love and war relationship with her mom and growing pains. Is it all growing pains, Lady Bird? Let's take a look.
Hey, I like your band. With Jonah Ruiz, Len Fance-New.
L'Enfance-New.
Well, I saw your Thanksgiving show. My name's Lady Bird.
It's weird you shake hands.
Yeah. I'm friends with Jenna, and she's always talking about how great your band is, so I wanted to check it out.
Yeah, Jenna's hot tight.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll see you at the Deuce or something, huh?
Sure. See you at the Deuce.
Hey, I'm not paying you to flirt.
I wasn't flirting.
Wish you had been.
What I'd really like.
Wow, man! Wow, so sweet. Maybe Oscars. The Oscars needs something like this.
Something light. I mean, like you were just listing, like German warplanes and
it's all kind of hectic,
Winston
man.
Churchill and the Post bringing down the American government, and then
fishmen in romances.
Go watch The Shape of Water.
So, dude, what makes this so? What gives it gravitas for something that looks so light and fluffy? What's made this such a strong contender?
It's a coming-of-age story. Like, I mean, and we've seen Boyhood, which was a movie shot over 18 years, and I'm not taking anything away from that, but I've never seen anything like this before as some teen's personal sort of biopic. It's the style of it, the editing is the first thing I think that struck me. I'm going to give you a weird description, but like the tempo of the cutting, the rhythm of the movie, the pacing of it, the change of energy and whatnot, it feels like you're a person going back to your old childhood home, finding a diary that you wrote. I see a cameraman nodding at me because he's seen it too.
Because they know, man. They know.
Like, and recollecting these memories and then sitting down with other family members and going, ooh, remember that? And the movie's almost doing that with you. You're
It's like
remembering
a flow of childhood consciousness.
There's a stream of
love
consciousness kind of thing, but there's like a returning. It's not a mourning exactly, but that sounds so waffly and flowery.
But no, but you're a movie critic. You're allowed to waffle, dude. That's your job. The bottom line here is that you can take a great script, you can take a great cinematographer, a brilliant editor, but it'll all fall short without brilliant performances, and you can't have one weak point in that. Let's talk about Laurie Metcalf.
I'm going to keep doing the embarrassing punch dance until you stop.
So many standout performances in this.
Saoirse Ronan is a favourite of mine.
Did I completely butchered her name?
That's right. Saoirse. It's fine. She's Irish, and Irish people like to mess with us with their names. There you go. Thank you. Brooklyn, she was gorgeous in Grand Budapest Hotel, but in this, you remember the Mexico birthmark on her face, Grand Budapest. But so like what she does that's special in this is she's not, they might from especially 90s movies do like what they call a manic pixie dream girl. You're extremely eccentric, or you're extremely like
and then she gets turned into the prom queen by the end of the movie.
Dream driven, there's the flip or whatever, but there's always this, and I'm obsessed with all these movies that are nominated with these balancing acts that these actresses do and these actors do. There are these moments where she's been totally stubborn because, she wants to go to this famous... Oh, sorry, by the way, she's picking a college, and her mother is trying to keep her realistic, trying to keep, manage her expectations and whatnot. And then there are times where she could go from being a brat to instantly just being sympathetic in a way
that is not, you know, contrived or anything like that. The humanity, like the really, really touching moments in this movie for that reason.
That'll be
it doesn't
inspiring
feel
to a lot
off-kilter.
of young women out there as well, which is absolutely amazing.
Yeah.
So, dude, the most important thing, now that we've shown so much love and this is connected with us on an emotional level, how many popcorns do you give this movie?
Oh, do I see a little tear? That's why it's only crying out of the left one so you don't see.
Well, Cannons don't cry.
No, we absolutely do. So, Lady Bird, man, what a personal story. If 0 people see it, if 1 million people see it, it's an honor to her. It's her story. It's her museum. 9.5 out of 10.
Dude, can I give you the Golden Monkey Award for generosity?
I'd
for
like to thank the Academy.
You get the Golden Monkey Award. Congratulations. 9.5 popcorns. You've been liberal with your popcorns, dude. You've changed. You've changed, man.
You know what?
Go out and see Lady Bird for yourself.
Do it.
Well, listen, we are taking a quick break on your Feel Good Breakfast show. The hula hooping will continue after the break as we put Blake Williams and Emo Adams up against each other. Who's going to be our Hoop the Loop challenge? You need to stay tuned to find out.
Oh, goodness.
Next week on Tropica Island of Treasure, Maldives. The new teams are put to the test and are thrown into the deep end as they balance, build, and swim with the sharks to try and win the first smooth bounty of the season.
I don't want to drown again.
I need you here because you need to verify if what I'm saying is right. Whatever happens, we have to get it. Cheating, huh? A horrible moment for us.
Don't do that. You're moving it.
Don't miss Tropica Island of Treasure, Maldives next week, Monday at 7:30 on SABC3. The stage is yours.
It's my Feel Good Breakfast Show.
Welcome back, you beautiful peeps. Time to squeeze in a little bit more fun. Connect with you online, see what you've been talking about. We expected hashtag Budget Speech 2018 to appear on a lot of timelines with some financial revelations. What we did not expect was at Kendrick Lamar to feature in that. The world has gone crazy. Everyone talking about the fact that Minister Gigaba actually quoted Kendrick Lamar in his budget speech. Lily J. Ramebe saying, your finance minister, M. Gigaba, quoting Kendrick Lamar, hashtag budget speech 2018. IDS official, hashtag budget speech 2018. Did this just happen? We're going to be all right. Kendrick Lamar, stand up. I love it, man. And then SA Hip Hop Stories had to get on the bandwagon. Minister Gigaba quoting Kendrick Lamar, first saying, we gonna be all right. Gigaba is ready to drop this album. Absolutely love that. Minister Gigaba, well done, sir. I think you hit the right point with that. A lot of points as well. You can let us know what you thought of that and other points in the budget speech. Of course, a couple of actual financial revelations coming in that.
All right, get the hips warmed up, get the hips warmed up. Yes, it's Hoop the Loop time on your Feel Good Breakfast Show.
That's right. We have Emo up against Blake, and how it's going to happen is you have got the hula hoop. We're going to put 30 seconds on the clock, and that will earn you 100 points if you can hula hoop for 30 seconds. But every time you drop the hula hoop, we will deduct 10 points, and you only have 3 attempts to see if you can keep your 100 score. Are you ready?
No.
Do you understand?
Right, Emo. You're going to go first?
Just hula for 30 seconds.
Let him go first.
I think Ching Chong Cha to see who goes first.
Okay, fine. Blake's going first. So 30 seconds, Blake, on the clock. Wait, let me just get out of the way here.
No pressure.
Right, when was the last time you hula?
Probably primary school.
Right. Yeah,
7th grade.
yesterday.
Thanks for the compliment, bro.
All right,
here we go.
Let's go. The time ready?
3, 2, 1, go. Whoop, whoop, go forward,
step
go
forward,
forward.
step forward.
See, he knows this vibe.
Emo, you should have gone first, my brother.
I'm not even
You
gonna.
should have gone first.
But that would have been weird because I can't do it.
No, don't be negative right now.
15 seconds. We need you to go for another 15 seconds.
Yes, making it look easy,
Emo, you're taking notes, brother.
Dude, I am taking notes.
4, 3, 2, 1. Okay.
All right.
Wait. We need to really challenge Blake. Let's see if he can hula with a smaller one.
We need to
because
challenge him. Yes, I'm with Zoe on this.
All right, Blake. So now you're going to go with both.
Both, yeah.
That one and this one. And we're going to keep adding.
Adding, yeah.
All right, up until you fell. So there we go. At the same time, my brother.
At the same time, yeah.
We're good to go.
30 seconds once again on the clock. Are we ready?
Yes.
And
3, 2, 1, let's go. There we go.
Come on, Blake.
Whoa, okay. Whoa, he's not on, he's not down. I don't know if this is fair. Does this count?
That counts. Whoa! Okay, that's pretty
let's go.
impressive.
Second attempt.
Let's give you another attempt.
Second attempt. We're good. And here we go.
There we go. There we go.
Okay.
Stay.
That's not
He's
it.
so good at this. He's so good at
final
this.
attempt.
Our producer says no, but I was like, that counts in my mind. Okay.
No, the producer's
This is your
right.
final attempt.
You don't argue with the producer. The producer's right.
Final attempt.
Emo, your chance is coming over.
There we go. Let's see if you can keep that up.
There we go.
Well
There we
done.
go. Get the rhythm.
You
Get
see?
the rhythm.
You see?
How much time do we have left on the clock?
Oh my goodness.
Keep going.
It's a workout. You see, Emo, he got into the mind of an athlete.
Yeah.
And then he just lost it.
Okay,
That was
so you've
good.
earned yourself
Blake,
170
that was
points.
good.
How do you even get to that?
100 points for the first hoop. And then 70 points for the second hoop because
It
you dropped
was-
it 3 times.
Ek onthou Zoe
Blake, that
was
was
nie in
brilliant,
wiskunde
man.
klas nie, so ek
Well
weet nie hoe sy by daai som uitgekom het nie. Dit is crazy.
Nee, sy kan maar sommer
Well,
maak.
the thing that's not
Okay.
crazy is now it's your turn.
So Emo, like, listen, did you take some notes now? I hope that you, that like I mentioned, get into the mind of an
Become the
Olympic hula
hoop.
hooper.
Become the hoop.
Become the hoop.
Become the hoop.
Just
All right, let's
guide
give
the hoop
Emo
with
some
the hips.
space.
Before I start, I just want to say, dearly beloved, we are gathered here today. Can I go?
There we go. There we go. There we go.
That's it. He's saying your different technique.
Let's give you
It's
two
up higher.
seconds.
It's just under the pectorals.
He's in his zone.
I feel like a washing machine. Feel like a washing machine.
Go, Emo, go, Emo.
Keep it up, keep it up, keep it up. I feel that Blake, you've been hustled. 3, 2, 1.
Yeah! Champion!
We skipped. Oh, no, wait, no. I think let's calm down on this one for a second, Emo. Thank you, very sorry to break your stride there, but let's go. Let's give it a second try there. Are you going to go for 3?
I'm going to go for 3.
Right.
Because
Ayanda,
you know what they say, less is more.
Or more is less, what?
I don't even know if that makes sense.
Exactly, all right, let's go for it, man. You're skipping a step.
Let's go.
2.
Woo!
Hey! Go,
Wow.
go.
Okay, no, we're still good. All right, shall we give him one more try? Let's give him one more try.
Well done.
I felt that.
Come on, you guys just put
Everybody, thank you.
Let him up, let's go.
Let's see if we can give it a go. This will earn you 270 points.
Go.
Oh no, what happened? What happened? Oh, it's done, it's done, it's
Why is
done.
there a buzzer? Why is
It's
there a
done, there's a
buzzer?
buzzer.
Why is there a buzzer?
I don't know, but I didn't
Well,
press
you
it,
know,
it
you've
wasn't
earned
me.
yourself 270 points,
Thank
so
you.
well done for that.
Absolute champion. Just quickly before we head out to today, Cancer Shave-a-thon tomorrow. Zandi Kumalo is going to be performing, and Good Hope FM join us for a bit of a dual simulcast broadcast.
It's going to be
Ayanda,
awesome.
you're just too gorgeous. The only person in the world that can fit into that. Guys, but thank you so much for joining us.
Thank
You
you,
two
that's
are
so fun.
absolute champions, man.
Cheers, guys. Thank you for joining us. We'll see you
so
bright and
much.
early tomorrow. It's a
I'm
Friday. Yeah,
traumatized.
everyone.
Stay safe.
Yes,
We love
stay
you.
safe.
We love you too much.
Never too late to hoop.
Come on. Oh, are you the first person to hit yourself on the head?
I want to try.
morning show made with love by Clover.
Another feel-good production. It feels good to celebrate the incredible talent and standard of excellence honored at the 2018 South African Film and Television Awards. The SABC is home to a wealth of television presenting and hosting talent, and we are so proud to see these individuals get well-deserved recognition for their work. Congratulations to SABC talent Pabi Moloi and Masechaba Ndlovu for their nominations as Best Talk Show Host. And for nominations in the Best TV Presenter Award, SABC hosts Lerato Khanyago, Ntokozo Mbuli, Tumelo Mototwani, and Tumi Morake are in the running. Remember, you can vote for your favorite TV presenter by SMSing the letter of your favorite to 48433.